What's going down? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and more, man. It's your boy Ice from the Word Is Yours Entertainment. Here with my special guest, Jay Reckless, in the building, man. How you doing tonight, brother?
What's going on, bro? It's an honor to be here, man.
You know, it's like we got to do like on Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers, right? In Predator. Jay, you son of a bitch.
My God.
Good seeing you, dog. Glad to have you here in the building, man. I know you made a long adventure out here and from Richmond to the Dirty Bay, man, but we're happy to have you here, man. And we're going to get into it and tell your story, man. A journey of many travels, man, from New York all the way to Houston, Texas, and everywhere in between, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to your beautiful wife for allowing you to come out and play, you know what I'm saying? You're similar to me, you know what I mean? You see me out and about, I got my wife with me.
Everywhere.
You know what I mean? And, sometimes my wife is like, oh, why did that girl say hi to you? Why did she? I said, man, I am working. Like, that's what you don't understand. I'm not here looking to pick chicks up. I wouldn't do it anyway. I've been divorced and I paid child support, so I ain't doing that again. But I'm saying just in general, dog, like, if like I try to tell her, if you only, I wish you could just get inside of my brain and be me for that, like 10, 20 minutes. I wear my sunglasses all the time. Part of it is because it's really bright. Secondly, it's my gimmick now. You know what I'm saying? I done did it so long. Like when I don't have my glasses on, people that know me will walk right by me, dog.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, hey, bitch, and they're like, oh shit, dog. I didn't recognize you without your glasses.
It's funny you said it, man. I was over at Menace Mike's studio last week. I interviewed him on my show.
Yeah.
And that was part 2 of that the interview. And he was like, man, where's your glasses, man? I made sure to bring mine because you always got yours on.
Yeah, bro. For real, man. Like I'm telling you, dog, people that I know, when I tell you I know, like they know me, will walk right past me, dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna talk to my wife, like, just imagine trying to walk around in the club with sunglasses on, trying not to trip and fall, trying to look good, trying to, like, if I'm hosting, I'm trying to remember everybody comes up and says hi to you, trying to remember their names so I can give them a shout out, like trying to remember the show lineup, trying to remember the DJ, like. I'm doing security mode, like it's like the Terminator, like a robot, like in my brain, scanning everything. Yeah, bro, because you do what I do, And then if I have some artists of mine performing, I'm checking the sound, checking the vibe, checking the art. It's like show me where I got time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here working, bro. I ain't got time for all that good stuff, man. I wish I don't wish I did, dog. I'm happy, happy. But man, Jay, I'm glad to have you here in the building, man. Like I said, I know you made a long adventure to come out here to the Dirty Bay, especially with the weather conditions, we've been having here in Houston. Feel like we're in New York, dog.
Man, it's cold as hell. It was 29 degrees this morning, man. Man, first and foremost, man, this is a dope ass studio.
Appreciate
I've been
it,
in studios, man. I like this, right? What you got going here.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Dope interview last week with Andrew from Red Ink. Man, I got his merch on right now, actually. That was real dope, man.
He gave me a dope shirt and I was gonna wear it today, but I was like, man, I didn't want to wear it, twice in a row. So I got my own select baseball team, the Primetime out of Baytown, Texas. PT, man, Primetime out of Baytown. We got a big tournament this weekend out in Beaumont. So, I tell the boys on Thursday to wear their jerseys to school to represent our team, So I said, man, let me go ahead and put on my Primetime hoodie and my Primetime hat for tonight's gear, for tonight's interview. Show some love, man, to get us ready for our big tournament. First tournament of the season, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah.
Here we go, bro. So here we go with the intro. We'll be back shortly, man. Start the show. Let me remember how to do it now. I'm joking, dog. Your boy throw it off. But here we go, man.
The world is yours. You can hold it in your hand. The world is yours to control and command. Yo, I'm the master of my own destiny. That's right, and I ain't worried about your weaponry. I mean especially the world. Yeah, this world belong to everybody.
Took it off. So, man, well, here we go, man. We're getting it started. Doing a little something behind the scenes. It's like when it works, it works. When it don't want to work, there it goes. Here we go. I still got to get us live on TikTok, but we're there, man. We're there. So I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, man. Like I said, this is episode 2 of season 2 from the Mundo Podcast, and I gotta stop. See, like things I learned, dog. I'm a talker with my hands, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm an emotional person. Like it's part of how to manipulate, basically, and control, right? So you talk with your hands because you're bigger than life when you do it. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in a podcast and I'm constantly doing this, it don't look good. That's something I learned just by doing it, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog. The first show I did. I'm like, bro, what the hell are you doing, dog? You look like you're on ADHD, you're on some Percocet. calm down, dog. You're moving too fast, dog. Calm down. So it's like I gotta like really work hard at like keeping my hands down, you know what I'm saying? And speak with you, but then also speak with the camera. Because this is like I've been saying, you know, let's talk, man. Let's speak to the people. Let's let them hear your story and let's chop it up, bro. So let me give a few shout outs before we get started, man. Got my my old school friend, my schoolmate, Shay Henderson, man. Appreciate you tuning in, watching us. Got my boy Leo Nunez, man, one of the best in the business. We got Bobby Bliss, man. Bobby from New York too,
Bobby Bliss, the lyrical genius, man.
Bobby, no, where's Bobby from? Puerto Rico.
Bobby from Vegas.
Vegas, man. You and Bobby kind of look alike a little bit, though,
too.
You're Puerto Rican, too. Yeah, we're going to get into it, though. We're going to get into it. You know, I've been mistaken. No, we're going to get into it. We'll get to that part, though. You know, because I lived in the Caribbean for a while, you know what I'm saying? And people only, like, what they see on TV, dog, like, big time, you know? So, like, everywhere they watch novellas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, in St. Croix, for example, where I live, nobody believes that I'm Mexican, you know, and I'm not even like Mexican. I'm Chicano, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even like, I'm Chicano and Filipino, actually. You know, my dad's Mexican and Filipino, my mom's Mexican. Everybody's born in Texas. We're like 7 generation deep Texans, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm 6 foot. I'm a bigger guy, you know what I'm saying? So when I go to St. Croix, Dominican Republic, nobody believes me that I'm Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfathomable in their mind to even comprehend they got Mexicans that are big, dog, and then I'm dark skinned, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
I hear everybody think I'm black. Everybody think I'm black.
That's why Andrew and I were discussing last week, dog. Like, there's been a lot of my friends are black that play sports. My dad's friends are black because he plays sports, but there's been countless amounts of times that I'm somewhere in a club or a studio and nobody bats an eye, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's just I blend in, you know what I'm saying? My dad looks like Steve McNair or Luther Vandross or Little Richard, just depending on the day. You know what I'm saying? So he was a chameleon to begin with, and then he's a big guy. So I remember when people used to tell me when I was a kid, like, man, your dad's from the islands. I was like, nah, he's not from Puerto Rico. Like, nah, he's from like Samoa or Fiji or Tonga. The damn Samoa. Before now, it's cool to be a Samoan. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, you know what I mean. But
we got this one Samoan on the Houston end, man. When I say beast,
you know, Samoans are similar to like Hispanic people, dog. And you know, you being Puerto Rican, you full Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican,
Native American.
Okay, so you use the same then. You know, Samoa, we're all the same thing. Just kept on walking from Alaska and till we stopped. But we got like a perfect mixture of everything. You know what I'm saying? The Native American, they were Mongolian at one time. You know, they walked through the ice bridge in Alaska and Russia. You know, they came down mixed with African slave. You know what I mean? Then we have the European tied to us. So Hispanic people, Samoans, Trinidadians are all similar because we have literally every blood of earth. That's why, like, shout out to the Dominican Republic. You know, my wife's from Dominican Republic, and she's got family from darkest night to whitest day. With hair straight as can be to curly as can be, from black to blonde, from green to brown eyes, and everywhere in between. Yeah. And if you played NBA 2K and made somebody, they make you a character when you first start, and it's like a generic dude, and he's got like
a gray hair,
a blonde fro, light skin, green eye. You're like, what the hell? Who made these people? But that's how, like, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, you know what I'm saying?
All
shades, colors, and then it's funny because when I was a kid, bro, I grew up here in Houston and south side of Houston, all my family, and I remember we went to Fiesta in Pasadena, and I've told this story numerous times on the podcast, but the Fiesta in Pasadena was like the Underground Railroad, bro, for Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? You could buy a birth certificate, you can get Monster Jam tickets, you could get mariachi tickets, everything. You could get some sweet bread, the fruit, meat, lettuce, whatever you need. Yeah. Fiesta will get you. Driver license. You can get divorced. I mean, Fiesta was so once Fiesta opened up, Pasadena went from pretty quiet to Browntown, pretty big time, But the story of it, I remember when we was there, dog. The first time I ever seen Puerto Rican people, I never knew, like, outside of Mexican, right? Because here in Houston, that we're 60-something% of the race here in Houston. You know what I'm saying? And growing up, and we were coming out of Fiesta. And I was a little boy, dog, like 6, 7, 6 years, 8 years old. and I seen 2 black dudes come out and they were talking in Spanish, and like my brothers and I, like assholes, bro. Mom, people talking Spanish. We couldn't believe it, dog, but we didn't know that, you know, there was other races outside of, you know what I mean? And I remember my mom, you know, I speak Spanish now, but at the time I didn't speak Spanish. My mom, you know, was telling those guys, and they were laughing, you know, they were joking. My mom was joking with them. You know, why were we so excited to see some black dudes speaking Spanish? But that was the first day that I learned of Puerto Ricans or outside of Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? But give a few more shout outs, man. Like I said, we got Bobby Bless in the building. We got Louis all the way from Dominican Republic. Shout out to all my people from Dominican Republic. Well, now, que lo que, hermano, todo bien ahora. Gracias. My beautiful daughter, Alexis Rabbit, I love you so much. We got my brother, Sean. Appreciate you tuning in. Esmeralda, appreciate you tuning in. We need to get linked up soon, man. I need to get on. I know you've been sending me some invites to the shows. I need to come out and see you. Hope you and the hubby and everybody's doing well there. Type in the comments. What's the name of your club? The Mamacitas and Papas and Mamacitas, the Mamas and Papas. I'm joking. Send it to me though, so I can give y'all a shout out, man. Jay, you got anybody you want to shout out, man?
Man, first and foremost, man, shout out to my wife, man. She right here with us. Shout out Dion Garcia, man, my big brother, my mentor, man. Shout out Houston Energy. You know what I mean? Man, shout out my cousin, man. Oh, he just passed away. We just buried my cousin today, man.
Damn, bro. Sorry to hear that.
Shout out Curtis, man. Man, shout out to the whole underground hip hop world, man. We lost a legend the other day. You know what I mean? Big shout out to him. I'm gonna forget. I did so many people, man. Shout out to all my artists. Shout out to everybody believing me. You know what I mean? Shout out to my mama. You know what I mean? Like
that's a big one, dog. That's a big one. That's a big one. You know. You know, sometimes we get, you know, like Andrew brought up a good point with me the other day on the podcast. You know, we was chopping it up and talking, and I know I refer back a lot to my ancestors. You know, my father, my grandfather, my great grandfather, my uncles, and he was like, you know, Isaac, I do this because I don't have that. I try to be that for everybody that didn't have that. And that, man, bro, that made me, like, in my brain, the brakes stopped, you know what I mean? The train stopped. And I was like, damn, dog, am I being that arrogant or egotistical with it? You know what I'm saying? That I don't do it intentionally.
Yeah.
But I'm very proudful and happy that I have that in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud Andrew for stepping up and trying to be that for people that don't have it. And that's something I was explaining to him too. That's something I know that is extremely valuable to me, dog. There's no price on that. So I do the same, not only for my kids and the kids I coach and everybody, but for everybody, grown men, people that are older than me, younger than me, anybody that will listen. I try to be a role model and a pillar. You know what I'm saying? A light in the dark for anybody, dog. I welcome anybody with a firm handshake, a welcome hug, and a judgment-free zone. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all men, and sometimes, you know, I have some of the best of friends, bro. And we've been there for each other in the ups and the downs, and you know, sometimes you just need another piece of iron to sharpen yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way the iron can sharpen iron, bro. You know.
No, I definitely agree, man. Like my ancestors, my background, my culture is one of the reasons why I push so hard. Like I said, I'm Native American. I mean, my native roots run so deep, man. And it's bloody. You know what I mean? So my tribe, man, was a tribe that Columbus came, killed, raped, you know, the whole nine. You know what I mean? So for us to and then get traded off to Africa and be slaves there, and then escape to Puerto Rico or Spain, then Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? It's ugly, man. And I want to make a change in this world. I want to make a major impact in this world. It's not even about me. You know what I mean? Like working with the Houston Energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of my mentors, Helen Settles, my junior high basketball coach. And she's one of the reasons why. Like, I've always respected women and respected women athletes, but she's one of the reasons why it's even more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so I know me doing media for Houston Energy. Let me back up a little bit. For y'all don't know what the Houston Energy is. Houston Energy is a women's professional football team.
And it's full speed,
full padded up and everything.
Not lingerie.
Not lingerie. That's what I'm about to say. This league, the
they take it serious.
Yeah. WFA, Women's Football Alliance, they've been around 25 plus years.
Wow.
And still to this day, when people hear women's professional football, they think of lingerie league.
Yeah.
You know, and
you can't help it because that's the media controlling the masses, right?
Exactly.
You know, you've been in the business for a little bit, you know, right? So like whenever you got some nice looking chicks on there or you're doing something, you know, the wolves are gonna come out the woodworks, you know, and as a network and a television, you know, that draws attention, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's respectful that they're trying to do that like that, man. That's very respectful.
Man, it's dope because, man, a lot of, I say probably 90% of Houston don't realize, man, Houston has a professional championship team.
Damn, that's dope.
Houston Energy is no joke. You know what I mean? It's our second season with them. Our first game is May 3rd in Oklahoma against the Oklahoma Lady Force.
Wow.
I guess I cover media for them. We travel all over the country with them. I stream all their games. I'm an announcer for the home games. It's dope to be able to stream their games, and same thing. We live, we interact with the audience.
Yeah.
So to hear people say, "Yo, Jay, yo, Jimmy," big shout out to my co-host Jimmy Cooper. We love what you guys are doing. You know, I live in Florida or whatever state.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to see my mom, my cousin, daughter, grandmother. You know what I mean? Whatever play. You know what I mean? So and now the league is on board with what we're doing. That's what's so dope about it, man. It went from the league liking our streams to loving our streams to sharing our streams.
Yeah, that's commendable, bro.
And
I really thought you was gonna say you was the cheerleader, dog. Like, you know, the roles reversed. You know, like the ladies out there gridiron, sweating, you know, playing football, and you was on the side like 1, 2, 3.
Yo, it's funny you say that though, because so as you know, like we both host concerts, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
bro. Yeah.
Well, being the announcer at the home game, I announce these games like it's a concert.
Yeah.
Like we're not first down.
No, hell no.
I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. The crowd loves it. You know what I mean? Like,
I try to, like, you know, how old are you, bro?
37.
See, I'm 44, so I'm just a little bit older. But like, I grew up with like the age in the 80s when it was like pretty much Scarface, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like everything was like eccentric. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone. You know, I watched the documentary. Now they're good friends. You know, and they're like, I had this gun in the jungle versus an alien. Rambo came out with the gun from the helicopter, you know. So like that's how like my mentality is, right? So like the way I try to host is like a mixture of Pat Sajak, Little John, and Don Francisco, all mixed together with a little bit of the soccer dude, go, you know, and wrestling mixed involved. You know?
Yeah.
Because that like, you know, I got my wrestlers, right? You know, Macho Man is my favorite wrestler of all time. You know what I mean? Like, just I've always liked that bigger than person. You know, like Macho Man, for example, was only a dude about 6'1", but he sent just as big as Hulk Hogan, and these big dudes are 6'8", 7 foot
personality.
But it's because of that personality, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, dog. Now, in normal men, I'm a bigger guy, but you know what I'm saying? Now, if I control my persona, control how I walk, how I breathe, you know, because some people tell me, man, you walk a certain way, and I was explaining to this dude the other day. It's like it's for a reason, dog. Like there's a purpose in why I do it. There's a purpose in how I speak, and like you're saying with the events and hosting. So it's like when I'm at work, you know what I'm saying, and I get up on the mic, everybody's like, oh, like I know how to create that environment, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is just like, all right, we got Jay here in the building. Yes, all right, yeah. No, and I'm like, all right, man, what's going down? You know, like it's just to control it. You know what I'm saying? And if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's really dope that you're doing that, man. And how long did you been doing that?
This is our second season with the team.
And your second you've been there since Jump Street then?
Well, no, so the team, the team been around 25 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, the league been around for
a minute.
How it started was I started a sports show last year, and our very first episode we went to the Houston Energy practice facility. We had all our sponsors out there, a bunch of fans and everything, and we sitting there talking while they practicing, and you just hear just pads, and we're looking at each other like we literally stopped our show and we looking over to the DBs over there, right, like 20 feet away from us, and we're like, yo. So it's like after that episode, we decided, man, we got to do more for this team. You know what I mean? Like I said, these are grandmothers, mothers, sisters, business owners. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Our starting quarterback, big shout outs to Carol. She led the league. She was our rookie sensation last year. She led the league in passing yards as a rookie. And she's coming back for her second season with the team. Man, we got Sue, our starting running back / fullback. I've never seen one player take her down by herself.
Damn, where's she from though?
She's from out here in Houston.
From Houston, that's dope, bro. That's really
we got King returning. We got Butler returning. Butler's our defensive captain. She all-star past few years. She had a down season last year coming off injury. You know what I mean? We got Breezy, man. We got a squad. We have, man. I get excited talking about these women, man, because the respect that they deserve, you know what I mean, is out of this world, man, what they do. You know what I mean? They got everyday lives just like us, and they still make this happen.
You know what? I can tell you're passionate about it, dog.
Man, I love it, bro.
And that's exactly why I have this podcast, dog. I want people to come in and tell their passions, tell their story, the bad times, the good times. And shout out to my boy Dion, like you said, you know, and I used Dion a little example last week with Andrew and Red Ink. You know, Dion came in and, you know, we chopped it up and he told his whole story, bro. And the good parts, the struggles, the downs and the ups, you know. And you know, like I talk to a lot of people, dog, and I always try to tell them, dog, any day you're out the box, any day you're above the ground, that's another opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? Life's not the video game where you get continues and you can try again, but it almost is, dog. Every day you can lay your head and you reset, and the God blesses you with that sun on you. It's a new day. It's a new opportunity. It's the mindset that creates that, though. Yeah. The limits or obstacles are the limit that your mind creates. Obstacle is what your mind tells you that you can't go past or you can't do, or that's too much for you. That's your mind. There's nobody else that can tell you what that obstacle or what that limit is. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And any day and every day out the ground, every day and any day out the box is an opportunity for you to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I could tell, you know, I don't know you extremely well, you know, but the interactions we've always had with each other, you know, through Facebook and social media, and then, you know, at the shows and stuff, you know, I've always liked your vibe because it's the same onda and the same wave, the same energy that I put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta tell people, man, you know, and you know as well as I do, bro. There's a lot of rats and snakes and ratas and you know what we do, bro. You know what I mean? But I always try to tell people, man, you know me, you deal with me, you know you're dealing with somebody that's squared. You know what I'm saying? Like, my word is what my word is, and if I can't fulfill my word, I'll be the first one to call you to tell you, bro, this messed up. I fucked up. This is wrong. I can't fulfill what I promised. What can I do? Here's what I can do, though. You know what I'm saying? And taking responsibility and having respect for yourself to take that responsibility is something that not a lot of people were willing to do now. And it's not just because not, you know, society, but it's also like media, right? Because back in the day, you know, I you know, you're a little bit younger, but maybe you had the phone with a long cord from the kitchen. Talking on the phone.
The 80-foot cord.
So like you either had to get up and go see somebody, send somebody a letter, or talk on the old school telephone. Mm-hmm. Now with we have you seen that show Quantum Leap when he had Ziggy, he was on the little computer. You know, like we have the world at our feet now. You know,
we do. It's so true, man. It's crazy. Technology, man. Obviously, it helps the world, but I feel like also technology, we took a few steps back. So as humans,
this is what I always say, bro. We're more connected than ever, but we're so far apart now. Mm-hmm. Because the point I'm trying to make is like with texting. Texting don't have emotion. Texting don't have feelings. It's, hey Jay, sorry, the show's canceled. So what the fuck does that mean? Yeah. Like, you didn't want me on the show? Did you have somebody else in mind? Did you get killed? Did somebody, you know, like? So me, I'm a person, like if I read a text and I'm a person, I don't want to assume, because like I explained last week with Andrew, I'm like the Hulk. I'm always angry. The option of reading anything that I do in my life, the first choice, A or B. A, destroy the world. B, to go Mr. Rogers route and think about it like a rational human being.
There's no in between.
There's no in between. And it's always pretty much going to be A first and foremost, so I see what's going on, and then the Hulk will calm down to Mr. Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's why sometimes if I get a text, you know, at work or whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? I'll call and say, hey, bro, I just want to talk to you. You know, they're like, oh, well, I said, okay, cool. I would just double, you know, like,
make sure we're on
just making sure we're on the same page, because I don't want to assume something and assume wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So let's give a few more shout-outs, man. We got the boy DJ X, man, one of the best in the business, bro. My homie DJ X, man. He came out to a show that we do, a classic hip-hop show called the Temple of Boom. We only did one so far. We need to go ahead and start doing some more of those, man. It's classic, all classic hip-hop vibe, classic hip-hop DJs, classic hip-hop artists. Trying to get that boom back in Houston. That was a little tongue twister there. Trying to get that boom back in Houston. When I was a kid, there used to be a club called the Wax Museum, and that's where really I was exposed to a lot of boom bap hip hop. My brother and I, shout out to my brother Stress, all the X-Man crew, Victor, Manic, that was his name, Manic, Juggernaut, Bobby, Ruckus, Wild Child. I mean, there's a whole gang of these dudes, Tony Montana, Nelson, DJ Massive, you know what I'm saying? There's just a whole bunch of people, man. The big bro, Noe, John Jenkins, Spinks 45, you know. And like I was like 15 though, so my brother's 3 years older than me, so he was barely enough to get in, but I was able to ride on everybody's coattails to slide in, you know what I mean? But that was a straight boom bap hip hop club here in Houston, you know what I mean? And that's what I was trying to bring back. And I had DJ X come out, man, and he like, you know, I told him because I didn't know him like that, you know. I had him on social media, you know. We do, you know, if I see we have a lot of people in common, and you do something in entertainment, you know, I'll send you a request or shoot you a message and introduce myself, because I met some really good people that way. You know, shout out to my good friend, my homie Sal Mex. See, I'm doing this too much again. It's blocking my face, dog. You know, my homie Sal Mex. That's how I met Sal Mex. He sent me a request one day, and you know, we do a show at the pharmacy called the Pharmacy World, where, you know, my partner, shout out to my partner Cartier, we make a beat live, we write the song live, we get three artists in there. Shout out to my boy Cooley Bully because he hosts it with me. And we get 3 artists in there. They come up with the song live. You know what I mean? Cardi makes the beat live while he's making the beat, because we don't want everybody watching a live video where it's like, dun, dun, dun. You know, we do the interview with the guests, the artists, you know what I'm saying? That everybody's vibing with it. You know, it's we need to start season 2, dog. Like, that's something that we were supposed to kick off. COVID and just life in general happened. But we already got enough to get that going, but I definitely maybe just one day get your whole crew in there as the episode, dope, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll make, and then even if it's, I know you got guys that boom bap, guys that the regular, you know, trap and everything in between, you know what I mean? It'd be dope just to let's all just get in there and make it happen, dog. Because, you know, I love to write music. I don't ever want to be on the mic. I don't want to be in front of the mic. I don't want to be on stage. And if I'm on stage, I'm just like, you know, you're Puerto Rican, you know, like the bachata bands on the south side of merengue, you know, they got like ostaqueros, you know, there's like 20 motherfuckers on. They're like the Wu-Tang Clan, you know. Yeah. It's one guy singing and like 70 motherfuckers behind him. I want to be the one dude that's got this. He don't even have no instrument at all. He don't got no spoons. He ain't got a washboard. He ain't got a guida, a guitar, a conga. He's just like this, like he just keeping the flow. So when Suge's like, if you don't want the executive producer all in the video, he would have been talking about me. I just want to be. You don't want the motherfucker dancing in your videos that come to death row. I just want to be. Puffy, no Puffy though. No Diddy. Yeah, no Diddy. I just, you know, give a little, you know, just be in the back.
Yo, it's funny you said it, man, because like, you know, I've been in a few music videos and that pops in my head. Like, I don't want to be that manager that's in everybody's videos. You know what I mean?
It's hard though, too, right? Because like people may not fully understand like as a role as a manager, because I've been a manager of artist manager as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard thing because artists, not all artists, but let's just say it in general, right? Let's assume, even though I don't like assuming, let's just generalize the thing, right? It's like a diva wide receiver, right? Terrell Owens, you know what I mean? Dez Bryant, you know what I mean? Odell Beckham Jr., you know, they're the divas, you know what I'm saying? Give me the balls, I'm gonna go cry, you know what I'm saying? And it's like we're the quarterback or the coordinator. It's our job to get them that. And if it wasn't for us getting them passes deep to get them touchdowns and to get them good routes and the good this, good that, would they be who they are? But then they get in their feelings and it's like, oh, well, I didn't really even need you. I did this. I'm David Ruffin and you're the Temptations. Well, David Ruffin, slow down a little bit, huh? Mm-hmm. Remember, you needed that $50 for crack. Remember, you needed this. Remember, you didn't even know how to, you didn't know how to wipe your ass if it wasn't for me. Yeah. You know, and it's like, it's not that way with everybody though, right? You know, but as an artist manager, it's our job to get our clients, our artists, our workers to be at that level, right? Where they're in that zone to entertain, because to entertain, it's hard, dog. Again, you know, to walk out on stage and just to sing is very hard. You know what I'm saying? To talk is very hard. Just to even walk out on stage, much less, you know, I've been watching a lot of Michael Jackson. You know, again, Michael Jackson's been an influence of mine since I've been a little boy, dog. They even had the Michael Jackson red jacket at Fiesta. My mom, that I wanted, but my mom couldn't buy it because it was $30. So we ended up getting the. I was telling Andrew about this. The old school 80s press on Michael Jackson on the old baseball shirt with the yellow sleeves and the white.
They're talking about Andrew. He just popped in just now.
Yeah, hey, speak. I don't want to say speak of the devil, he shall come, but speak of Andrew, and he's there, man. But we got my boy E45, man. Shout out to E45. Like I said last week, man, couple of weeks before, man, E45 is one of the best in the business, bro. The way my boy, you know, the way he's able to tell the rhymes, rhyme it, you know, come with bars that make sense and just killing and slaying, bro. I wouldn't say underrated. I would just say more unexposed artist in Houston, because his rating level, if you put it on to anybody, you can't compare with that, dog.
Yeah, he's super dope, man. His freestyle game's on
point, dog. That boy been putting on work.
Man.
And it's really dope as somebody in the business to see somebody that's so raw that hasn't been discovered yet. You know what I mean? It's like Clover Lane in Rocky 3, right?
Man.
He's been in the dungeon just punching that bag, putting in work. Then it's his time to shine. Hey, you, my boy. Oh, yeah, I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, I think it's time for him to reap the benefits of his labor, you know, enjoy the fruits of it, because, you know, the boy been putting in work for a long time to get to that spot. You know, I got to get him on the podcast and let him tell his story too. You know what I mean? So shout out to E45, man. We got my boy Jojo Hernandez. I hope you're doing well, man. He's been going through little health issues. Jojo is one of the best sound engineers in the city of Houston for the Junto and Tejano shows, Norteño shows. He's been going through some health issues, so man, I'm praying and I hope that you're getting better, and we'll see you soon, man. Bel Alvarado, appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, we got Andrew from Red Ink. Like I said, go check him out on last week's episode. He had a really good story, you know, explained a lot. Man, y'all, more importantly, go support the bro, man. Go check out his clothing brand. It's called Red Ink. And like he explained last week, which I didn't know, he said that the red ink is, if you look in the Bible, that's what Jesus is actually speaking. It's the words that are in red. The words in blood is the ones that he speaks. So that's why he named it Red Ink. So, man, y'all go check out Andrew and go check out his clothing line. Sorry, I'm getting a refill in the middle of the show. All right. So, like I said, man, y'all go check out his clothing line. Like I said last week, that clothes is some nice clothes, bro. Yeah. It ain't the Harwin, you know, 5 for 10. You know what I mean? It ain't the Hobby Lobby quick and easies. You know what I'm saying?
Shrink as you watch.
Nah,
it's some legit. It's legit.
Them boys got some weight on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on a diet watching my trend. I stepped on the scale with that. I said, hold on. Let me take this shirt off. I went to the doctor. They're like, damn, I thought you said you were losing. Why is a medicine shirt? Hold up, man. Let me take this shirt off. That shirt is thick, bro. It's I got like 3 of them, and he gifted me one. So now I got 4, man. Really dope gear, really dope shirts, man. I know you got the bucket on, you know what I mean? It's really dope, man. So shout out to Andrew, man. Dion Garcia, man, the CEO of A1 Entertainment, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Dion. Y'all can go check out his previous interview with me. You know what I mean? It's on I archive everything on YouTube. So if you go check out The Word Is Yours, ENT, you can find them there. All of the podcasts that we've done so far, unscripted, unedited, good or bad, you know, unfiltered, they're all there, you know, and you can watch us grow as we grow. So Jay, man, after all that, dog, Jay, my boy Jay's like, okay, dog, I thought you brought me here for an interview, though. Shout out to my boy Chaz, man. I know I had Steven on earlier too. They're part of our Baytown Little League group here in our Baytown Select teams. They're from RBI and our Baytown Little League. Like I said, you know, my group is prime time. But, you know, there's never no hate here in Baytown, man. We all love each other because at the end of the day, I think I would say majority. Let me get that right. Quote unquote. Majority of us understand it's for the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's for the kids, coño. Like, one day our kids will be together in high school, junior high school. And then there's no more prime time. This one, now we're all Baytown. You know what I'm saying? And all of our boys will grow up and play football, baseball, basketball together. So I'm glad that, you know, we're able to form a brotherhood amongst each other for the kids. You know, of course it's competitive. It's got to be. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we're pushing each other, pushing our kids. But it's always love that we can get together and work, and we put in genuine love for the kids. just like I know you're doing with the football team and things like that, bro. That's why I told you, from the first time we linked up and then just seeing you through social media and stuff like that, the vibe and the energy has always been there, bro. So that vibe and that energy, like, I know you ain't from like bumfuck Egypt or like Nebraska, you know what I mean? You got to be like from a mecca, like Florida, Texas, California, New York.
Man, New York, man.
Man, what part of New York you from, bro?
I'm originally from Staten Island.
Man, the home of the woo.
Yes, sir. Ghostface is actually my neighbor.
Oh, I swear to God, I was about to say.
Ghostface is my neighbor.
I was gonna tell you like
this. I'm actually real in with the woo, man. I grew up. Meth was like my uncle Red. You know what I mean? All of them, man. Like I said, Ghostface with my neighbor. Me and his kid used to play together.
That's dope, bro.
I love it. I love it, man. It's what molded me to be who I am. You know what I mean? But I love Houston. You know what I mean? New York is home, but Houston is my second home. I love the Houston culture. I love the music culture, man. I tell people all the time, man, especially the music culture, Houston is one of its own. It's very unique, got a very unique style.
Facts.
But just Houston in general, the Houston culture in general, it's like a different country.
You know why though, dog? Like Andrew and I were talking about that last week too. You know what I mean? And I always tell this, because like I'm my kids was born in Houston. I was born in Houston. My dad was born in Houston. My grandpa was born in Houston. You know what I mean? My great grandfather came to Houston and worked at Lyndale when it was St. Clair, like built the motherfucking refinery.
Yeah.
So my family runs deep. Even my Filipino side of my family is from Houston. But that speaking, like the Filipino part, Houston is such a melting pot. It really, really melts. You know what I mean? Because like I see stuff from California a lot, and they're like, oh well, in California, people can't say nigga right, this and that, and then how does people in Texas and Houston they say it, and how does this? But it's because they don't understand the culture, like how Houston really is. Like I was explaining last week, I grew up with all ethnicities. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of friends that are Black, Hispanic, of course, white, Vietnamese, Indian, whatever it may be. And people that broke bread, that laid in my bed, like as staying a night, playing video games all night, watching wrestling, watching movies, going to the movie theater with the girls, playing basketball, baseball, football. You know what I'm saying? Like in Houston, if you ride with it, you ride. You know what I'm saying? There's no, it's separated, but it ain't separated. Like New York is similar because New York is not based off race much. It's based off of areas, right? Your borough, you know what I mean? So if you're from Staten Island, if you're white, Black, Chinese, whatever, as long as you're from the I'm sure, then of course once it's in there, it breaks down a little bit. But like Los Angeles, it's very, 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 very segregated. You know what I'm saying? I was watching will.i.am do an interview, and I didn't know that will.i.am, he grew up in East Los Angeles. He grew up with nothing but Mexican people, Hispanic people, So he even has, like, when he's speaking in his natural speaking voice, he has that Chicano sound because that's who he grew up with. Yeah. And he was explaining how they wanted him to come out in the Kid Frost video, This Is For La Raza. And he was a breakdancer. And then all of the big homies were like telling his mom, his name's Willie, they were like, man, let Willie come. Let Willie come. He's going to be in the Kid Frost video. So his mom was like, no. They're like, no. We're going to take care of him. So they finally convinced his mom to let him come out to the video. Then he gets there. And then they were like, nah, Willie can't be in the video. How is it going to look if we're doing a song called This Is For La Raza and then Willie's in the video? But he said that Kid Frost came up to him and was like, I heard a lot about you. And he's like, yeah, I rap. And he's like, well, let me hear something. And then will.i.am said he spit around to him, and Kid Frost gave him his number and was like, hey, look, man, understand why you can't be in the video today. We'll call me tomorrow. And then he said that changed his life, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that, like, Los Angeles is different. Like California is different, not just Los Angeles, like all of California. You know what I mean? They're segregated, but it's prison gangs too. That's what separates it. You know what I'm saying? Houston and Texas, it's more of you're either Houston or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had friends that were Vietnamese, Chinese that hang out with us in their chinos. You know what I mean? Black dudes that hang out with the white dudes, and vice versa. Everybody in between. It's because we really melt the pot here in Houston. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. I love it. And the food. Oh my goodness. Man, I think this is a perfect city. I do food reviews and food challenges on my show. So this is like outside of New York, man. This is like the perfect city to do it, man. Big shout out Fat Boy Pizza. I mean, we did a 2 for pizza challenge. We had Roger Clemens on the show.
Damn.
You know
not the Rocket.
Yes, sir. That was
not Seabass. Where does that come out on? So you know, dog. Kick his ass, Seabass. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'll give you a hint. Jim Carrey.
I forget.
Now you made me forget. I was Dumb and Dumber. Okay, Dumb and Dumber when he's in the cafe. Yeah. Roger Clemens, Seabass. Kick his ass, Seabass.
But we've been able, man, been blessed to go to different restaurants, man. My first review I've ever did was actually in Alvin. That's Something Real Barbecue, man. I definitely go check them out. Small family-owned restaurant.
That's dope, bro.
Smash Wagon, actually one of my sponsors there in Beaumont. Man, there's so many.
Great I'm working out in Orange, dog. I need to go check them out in Beaumont, bro. Man, my boy sent me, dog. We're from Beaumont to Orange is like less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, we go out there every day. Let me give us some more shout out to my boy, Carlos, DJ Vato Loco. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Y'all can catch Vato Loco. He's doing a lot of DJing at the VFW halls and the American Legions out on the north side. Y'all go check him out, man. Playing all your Tejano and Conjunto and cumbia hits with a little old school mix again. Because we're in Houston, you're going to do a Houston party with Mexican people. You're going to hear some Mexican music, Tejano music, conjunto music, some Mexican music, some cumbia music. You're going to hear Rick James. You're going to hear some doo-wop. You're going to hear some love music. You know what I mean? It's like the whole gambit, dog, of music that you're going to hear, man. So shout out to my boy, DJ Vato Loco. Like I said, go check him out. Shout out to Rigo Rodriguez from Conjunto Cantrobando from South Texas, man. Y'all go check him out. Y'all need a good conjunto act. Go check out Rigo, man. He's got a good conjunto. Shout out to La Química and La Bella Divas, man. Another good artist from here in Houston, man. I need to get her on the show, man. She's really good, her and her people, man. We got Chico all the way from St. Croix, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Chico. Been a while, bro. See you soon, man. Hopefully. We got my boy Christian G. Man, my boy Christian G. Appreciate you tuning in. My boy Christian now is one of the big dogs in safety out of my job site, man. He came up and doing this thing, man. It's nothing but love and respect, man. You know that, Christian. My sister-in-law, Serena, appreciate you tuning in. But so who was, growing up in New York, let's take it back. Because like I told you, man, I love boom bap, dog. Like I write music, I produce music. And when I write, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I shouldn't say it, but I don't vibe right with trap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's because I'm an older man. I don't do drugs. I don't spin around and get dizzy. I ain't jumped off the roof too many times. I ain't. If you had Whataburger all your life, then you go to California, you try In-N-Out, you're like, come on, dog. Don't disrespect me like this. Don't disrespect me like, nah, it's gonna cry. But you know what I'm saying? Like once you had boom bap, Rakim, Nas, KRS-One, the odd school, what's going on here? Sorry, lost connection for a minute, but not just the Gravediggers, the Boot Camp Clique. When I tell you I'm in classic hip hop, I can go
I see it,
like
man.
really deep. Curious.
My all-time favorite, Immortal Technique.
Immortal Technique's dope too, bro. Like with Immortal Technique, that was not gonna say past my time, but it was more, you know what I mean? Like as far as like with me, body that I told K Reno the other day, I have an Optimus Prime said Transformer movies, Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. If I can, and K Reno was like, bro. All right, sorry about that, man. We had a little technical difficulty right there. My sponsors from Xfinity, dog. They done got me, dog. I'm gonna have to place a call in the morning to Steve White. Real quick, I know we was talking about Rakim Malai and my boy K Reno, man. Like I was saying, you know, I got to get them. I have an opportunity. Now I feel whack to have to go back and tell the story because I was so into it. The juices was flowing. I almost had to go change my pants, dog. That's how excited I was. But you know, I have an opportunity. I hope I still have the opportunity to get a verse from Rakim. And like I told Reno about it when I saw him last at the Dope House for the little celebration they had there. You know, and I was telling him about it. And I know he was excited too, bro, because you know, the lyricist that Rakim, K Reno is, bro. Just imagine if K Reno and bro, that's dangerous there, man. Shout out to John Jenkins, Sphinx 45, man. Hey, if you don't want to be a dummy and have water pouring on you or have that roof come off, go see my boy John Jenkins with the Roof Genius, man. Don't be a dummy. Save money with the Roof Genius. John Jenkins. I just made that up on the spot.
I like that.
I just make that up on the spot.
John Jenkins changing one roof.
Change your roof.
I was about to get on.
Damn, I fucked you up, dog. I walked on you, dog. I fucked you up, bro. But don't be a dummy. Save money with John Jenkins, man. He'll get you taken care of, man. Make it jingles, bro. That's what I do. And you know, it's funny because, like, sometimes if, like, you know, I see two people together, and I'll be like Jay and Isaac. It'll come out like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, where they're like Bennifer. And I don't do it on purpose. It's part of it though, dog. I think so fucking fast, dog. Like people have no clue.
Yeah. Not
only do I know what I want to ask you, I know 10 questions past that based on how you breathe, how you respond. Like I tell all my friends, dog, I'm a fucking psychopath, bro. I'm like a Terminator, bro. I really am. I may laugh in your face. I may be smiling with you. I mean, but in my mind, I am analyzing like literally everything, dog. Like I don't know why, how, what. It's just part of what I do, dog. Part of what, like I tell my guys at work, like just because I'm laughing and smiling with you, don't think I'm not fucking analyzing you, bro. Don't think I'm not investigating everything. Like that just the same way. What I do, and that's why I ride a motorcycle, bro. Like I was gonna buy one, but when I'm driving, I gotta look at people, look at every license plate, look at every car color. Look at the signs, look at the building, look what's open. Like I'm focused, but my mind is focused in 1,000 places at the same time. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yep. So I was like, but it's better for you not to be on a motorcycle. But you know, like you were saying, Immortal Technique. You know what I'm saying? And he's really dope, bro. You know, Chino Excel, like the same kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Really, really dope. You know, for me, like I was saying, you know, with Guru and you know, Gangstar and you know, even like Cypress Hill and you know, the Ghetto Boys, Scarface and stuff like that. You know, that was more of when it was like golden to me, because I can still remember the very first time I heard the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper Delight, and then Grandmaster Flash, The Message, dog. You know, because I'm fortunate enough to be just old enough to like be when it came out, dog, from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Rapper's Delight came out, I think, in 79, and then Grandmaster Flash came out just past that. I was born in 1980. I'm saying I was listening, jamming. I'm not gonna perpetrate like I was a baby, you know, broken glass everywhere. But you know, as I was growing up, that was on TV. You know, these are the breaks. Break it up. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you taking me back.
That's where I grew up, and then as it evolved into the 90s. When it was the golden era of hip hop, dog, you know, and then to, you know, the late 90s with DMX and Jay-Z and Nas and that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So if you would take it back to New York in your young days, give me like 3 of your like big musical influences from that time.
Man, Jay-Z and Nas for sure. Man, I would say the Lox. Man, it's so hard, man. It's so many.
So let me put you on the spot, dog. Let me put you on the spot. Let me see if I can get that bucket to turn up, dog.
All right.
Who you got, dog? Jay-Z or Nas, dog? You better say Jay-Z. I mean, who you got, Jay-Z or Nas, dog?
So if you would have asked me that question 20 years ago, I would have said Jay-Z. But definitely Nas for sure.
Man, it's always been Nas to me, dog. Bo Winkle's whack, dog. Like, I like Jay-Z, but he's like really, really break down Jay-Z. He's biting everybody's shit.
And that's why I said you would have asked me 20 years ago, definitely.
And then I seen something like, oh, well, Jay-Z don't write rhymes. Well, you ain't got to write no rhymes when you're stealing everybody's shit in the studio. And look up every Jay-Z shit. Most of his bars start, and that's the hardest part as a person to write songs. And if you're a songwriter, you write music, you're a rapper. In the comments, let me know if I'm telling lies or not. The hardest part of writing any song is putting that first bar. That first line, the first bar, that is the hardest part of any song. And it's like I was telling my kids, you know, the journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first one. You know, like, again, we're talking about, you know, having opportunities every day. You see the sun. The hardest part of starting that opportunity, Jay, is what? Getting out of the goddamn bed. What? You know what I'm saying? What? So if you cheating and buying all this shit, come on, dog. It's just a little easier for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, it's always been Nas, dog. I've been down with Nas since like Illmatic.
Man, that Illmatic.
Even though to me, like Rakim is the greatest of all time, you have to say Illmatic is the greatest boom bap album ever. And that was DJ Search from Third Base. Pop goes the weasel, the weasel. That was like when the white dudes used to talk like that. And they'd be like, what the weasel? Jews, dudes. I'm a Jew dude from New York eating peas and bagels. Pop goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop. You know what I'm saying? They had a little suit. It was Pete Gas and MC Search, the dude, the homeboy. And he ended up finding Nas, bro. And
man, you know, man, we even know some female MCs, man. Big shout out to MC Light, man.
See, I always say MC Light is the best female MC ever. Yeah. You know, of course, like Queen Latifah, Little Kim, but as far as like I'm talking like me, what I personally like lyrics, MC Light was like super hard, dog.
See, like Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, all that, man, like all the like MC Light paved the way for them to be able to do what they do.
I don't see when people say Lauryn Hill is the greatest like female rapper and one of the best. I didn't even know Lauryn Hill rap, dog.
Nah, she definitely.
Lauryn Hill is not a rapper. She is a phenomenal
entertainer
and R&B singer.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. And if you're gonna say, you know, the little bit of kind of spoken word rap that she would give in the Fugees is rap. Like, come on, dog. You don't disrespect MC Light and Queen Latifah and people that really, you know, that's like saying, well, Missy Elliott's one of the greatest rappers of all time. Is Missy Elliott really rapping? She's kind of in between it all, but Missy Elliott's been doing it for a long time. You know what I mean? Angie Martinez. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I tell you I'm deep in the game, bro, I got a part of a photographic. I got a photographic memory, but sometimes I forget to put photos, film in it. So sometimes I may skip a beat. But I got a really good memory, dog. Like, insanely good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like MC Light, for real, is one of the females that was like really putting it on. So like for me, like, before we get off of New York, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first heard, like, because that was what I was first exposed to with hip hop because of MTV, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking with Andrew about this last week. I still remember you were, I don't even know if you was born yet, dog. You was born in 85?
87.
Oh, Jesus. That boy wasn't born yet because it came out in 84. When Michael Jackson's Thriller came out on MTV, bro, the world shut down.
Like, I said the VHS.
Literally, the world shut down. I remember I was about 4 or 5 years old. So I was born exactly in 1980. So I was like 4 or 5. And like we was at, how great of a memory I can tell you, we was at my mom and dad's compadre's house. They were having a barbecue, and I remember they called everybody in to the living room to go watch the television, as they say, the big wooden box, the big wooden stand with the little TV inside of that. Because they were going to show the Michael Jackson's premiere Thriller. Yeah. It counted down like I have. That's why, like again, I told you, Michael Jackson's a big influence of mine. How I stole a little counting down the minutes and seconds. It did that for Michael Jackson, dog. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, now broadcasting the world premiere of Thriller. And like, I still remember, like,
was it on MTV or VH1?
MTV. It was MTV. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And not only was like all the kids like surrounded the TV, all the adults was surrounding the TV. Like, everybody was there, like, in that household to watch the Thriller premiere, dog. And not only in that household, all over the world, yeah, bro. And it was crazy, though. They didn't even want to have Michael Jackson on this thing. I don't know why. I just like I part of having a photographic memory, bro. The world sometimes gets boring to me because I hear the same thing over and over and over, like with music, right? I don't listen to normal like radio stations because, say, if you listen to like the 80s station, they're gonna play the same 4 or 5 songs over and over. You listen to the same rap stations, the same songs over. And it's now that I'm a person in the business, I understand why they do that, right? Because you're paid sponsorship. If I say, Jay, I'm going to sponsor your podcast, but I want to hear this next song from the Word Is Yours Entertainment. Every time you come up back from a commercial break, I need to hear my song. You want this sponsorship or money or not? Hey, we ain't a slave. What we gonna do? Like,
it's saying that, man. Big shout out to all my sponsors.
I was gonna get to that. Yeah, so go ahead and get into them right now, dog. Get into it right now.
Man, big shout out to Autos Group here, Smash Wagon, Iron Horse Rock Bar, J-Ray Distribution, man. When I say all my sponsors are so laid back and like I literally can do me.
That's beautiful, I mean? Bro.
Like it's amazing. There's no don't have this person on. Well, don't play that song. There's too much cussing. My sponsors don't give.
Yes, bro. Because you know they do. That's what I'm saying. That's why music is, like I said, part of me having a photographic memory. It's like I jump in the truck in 97.9, for example. Whatever the song is hot, it's gonna listen to it 30 minutes. You're gonna hear it 4 times. So then I was like, let me put on the 80s channel. They only play the same 6 songs from the 80s. And I'm a big 80s music person. And part of it is because I have photographic memory. So like my parents are the same age as me. They had me really young. My mom and dad was little kids in the 80s. So they was like the 80s music was the music of their generation.
Yeah.
So as a calming mechanism for myself, I listen to 80s music because it to me, that is my happy place, right? That's when I was carefree without a care in the world, sitting in the car with my dad, sitting at the house with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like 80s music is a peaceful music to me because it brings back that memory of peace for my life. Yeah. I have no worry. All I had to do was eat, sleep, and shit. You know what I'm saying? There was no difficulty in my life. So that's why I love 80s music. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's funny, dog. Like every universe I exist in, I'm the same Isaac in every universe, dog. Every universe, like whether it's the Hispanic community, the Chicano community, the Mexican community, the Black community, the Caribbean community, the hip hop community, the country community, the Tejano community, the Conjunto community, the fucking baseball community, football community, the basketball community, the PTA community. Everybody expects me to be my stats maxed out. They want maxed Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't just show up and be like, hey, well, I'm just here. Because then everybody will be like, well, what do you think? I think like, oh, I just came. Like,
came to enjoy the fun.
I came to enjoy. I just came. Why? You know. But through living life, I understood. Like a good friend, Mike. He's not even going to be on here. He don't have Facebook. It's a dude, this old school dude that I know that I worked with one day, and you know, take a break from what we were talking. I'm gonna get back to New York because I want to get back to there. You know, and Jay, maybe you can understand what I'm telling you because I know we're very similar in the vibe. God puts people into our life sometimes, dog, and whether that be for months, days, weeks, hours, minutes, years, they're very important to my growth. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm always going to say this: I don't ever look at nobody to use somebody. I always look at people. What can we do beneficial for us to grow? What can I do to be a better friend to you? What could you do that could assist me to be who I need to be? You know what I mean? I don't look at nobody. I didn't say, man, I'm gonna have Jay Records on the show. I know he's got his podcast. I know he's got sponsors. I know he's got this. Let me use him to try to get myself better. I always look at everything in the point of view. What can I do to make us better? How can I be better connected with you? How can I better vibe with you? What can I do to better understand you? You know what I'm saying? What can we do now once we understand each other? What can we do better to grow each other? You know, and God has always placed people to me sometimes, dog, I'm telling you. And most of the time, it's the opposite effect. Yeah. I'm the person, and I know it's going to sound egotistical, bro, and narcissistic, but I'm always the person that God puts in people. And I'm okay with that, bro.
No, that's real.
It's real. It's Jay, and I'm sure, like I said, I know you can understand that. It's a responsibility, dog. It's a big undertaking that I have to shoulder. And what my friend Mike told me is too much is given, much is required. You know what I'm saying? And what my dad has always taught me, he who has the biggest shoulders is going to carry the biggest load. You know what I'm saying? And I have a tattoo right here on my arm that says, you know, it has the Mundo from the Mexican Loteria. Atlas with the world on the shoulder. I have under the Atlas with the world on my shoulder, and then it says, "Through all things, I must prevail," because I'm not ever worried how heavy the world is, because I know I can carry that world. I know I'm not gonna succumb to the pressure and the weight of the world, because I've been beat to be firm. I've been beat to be strong. I've been beat to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. Only our Lord and Savior is perfect. But goddamn it, I'm gonna walk as close as I can to it, because that's all I know, bro. And when my homeboy was like, Isaac, too much is given, much is required, I was like, God damn, bro.
Like you said, man, like it's not egotistical. It's not, man. It's we're in a position in our lives, man, where we can help people. You know what I mean? Perfect example. I had an artist reach out to me. He walked into one of my artists, one of their jobs, Dusty Hayes. Dusty, listening to my
look, shout out to Dusty. I was trying to get to him, bro. I didn't mean to stop you, Jay. Hold that thought, please. That's a very good thought. Shout out to Dusty Hayes, man. I wanted to get, man, y'all go check out Dusty's music, man. Local artist from here in Houston. Shout out to my boy Adam Herrera, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Shout out to my cousin Adrian Trevino. We got Jesse Luna tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Ronald Ruiz, appreciate you. Rosalinda Cortez, appreciate you, cousin. We got Super Dave, man. Appreciate you, Dave. We got Nina Hernandez, appreciate you. Conrad from Rolling Oldies, man, one of the OGs from here in Houston, man, one of the biggest dudes in the lowrider scene. Appreciate you, Conrad. I need to get you on here, man. Conrad, he's also got a store, Pachucos or Us. See, I need to put these down. See, I start talking, and it looks like I'm in a rap video, like in a Busta Rhymes. Man,
tell my Dusty, man. I know Dusty wanted to come on here.
Dusty, dog, link up with me, man. Send me a DM, Dusty. I got you, man. I need to get Dusty here, man. Tell you, I don't like when people say it. And my boy Salmex and Cooley Bully always fuck with me. Like, talk your shit, man. I hate when people say that shit. They're always like, talk your shit, man. Because they know I don't like it, man. We got Wilbur Martinez. Wilbur, where the hell have you been, brother? It's good seeing you, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Wilbur. My good friend Hakeem Aline, man, from St. Croix, brother. I'm happy and glory to God that you're able to make it, man. He was involved in a bad motorcycle accident, man. A guy DUI hit him on his motorcycle, bro. And man, it was pretty bad, bro. And I went and seen him and prayed for him at the hospital. I know his father and I worked together in the islands in St. Croix. And Hakeem is a good friend of mine, a really good man, a really good person. I'm just glad that he's able to still be here to even watch the show, man, because it was really bad, bro. Like it was one of them ones. It was, you don't wish on nobody, man. So shout out to my boy Hakeem, man. I'm glad you're still here with us, brother. No doubt. Shout out to Larry Lowe, man. Larry Gomez, appreciate you tuning in, man. We need to hook up. My lowrider's almost ready, dog. It's still in the shop. Hey, tax season is here, bro. I didn't go get that Jackson Hewitt rapid refund, so my refund should be here next week. And my Eldorado will be ready. I've been posting already because all I'm doing, Jay, we're going back to it, dog. Sorry, I'm taking you on a tangent, but we're going back. But if you are in the comment if you're in the same boat. I already got my Amazon shopping list ready.
He got his Amazon cart full.
I already got my boots ready. You saw that boot I posted with the big Cobra on it. My Air Force Ones. Hey, all I gotta do is just send the money, dog. They're ready.
I seen that post earlier. I was dying. I'm like, man.
As soon as that tax money hits, all I gotta do is it's done, dog. It's done, dog.
He said he got $1 million worth of stuff in his cart.
It's ready, dog. It's ready. All I gotta do, as soon as that check hits, as soon as I hear my bank send me an alert, done.
Oh man.
So next time I see me in here, dog, I may be in a jacket like Mexican style with the flame. So when I move, it looks this fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man.
If y'all see me out there with that wrestling belt buckle, you know what I'm saying? Just mind your own business, dog.
Talking like Macho Man and shit.
Like I was telling people, dog. You know when I got my taxes, there'll be signs, dog. Yeah, there'll be signs. Shout out to my niece Maritza. Appreciate you tuning in. Happy belated birthday. Shout out to my boy Brian, my dog Brian, man. You know my boy Brian, he used to be in the business back in the day, man. He used to be in the artist entertainment and rapping business back in the day, man. He's kind of chilled out a little bit, but appreciate you tuning in. Kylie Hayes, man. Kylie's one of the big models here in Houston. I know she's been in a lot of video shoots with my boy Sal Mex and lowrider events. So if y'all need a model for your next video shoot, lowrider shoot, or wherever you need, hit up Kylie Hayes, man. She'll get you taken care of, man. Come out dope in the video. Jay, it's a lot to catch, because if you run your own show too, bro. You kind of understand it.
You don't do everything.
You don't catch them little highlights. They'll be like, "But I was on there, I was watching it, but you didn't give me no highlights, so I jumped up." Like, bro, we got a show to run. So look, now I cut you off, and like I had to go through all that. I done lost my breath. You done lost your thought. We done lost the vibe. Now we got to get back to it. So let's get back to it, Jay. So speaking of New York again, like we was talking about, you know what I'm saying? What we talked about, your musical influences, but can you explain, because I know, but I want people to understand, you know what I mean? Like I was explaining, like how you were saying you love the city of Houston, can you explain the vibe? Because people don't really understand the connection and the correspondence between black and brown in New York, dog. Like Puerto Rican in New York and black. There is no hip hop without Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? Like that's point blank. Like you cannot dispute that.
Yeah.
Because hip hop came from b-boying, hip hop came from breakdancing. And if you want a little history lesson, go watch some of the Crush Groove and some of these movies. There's nothing but Puerto Ricans and blacks in it. Mexican, and Breaking Two, the homeboy popping shrimp, Boogaloo shrimp, Papa Taco. The dudes he was battling was the Mexican dude from I can't. The only Mexican dude we got, I can't remember his goddamn name. But like, can you elaborate a little bit on the Latino and influence not only in hip hop but in all of the hip hop culture?
Man, honestly, now it's damn near non-existent. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, man, it was a major influence, man. It was all about unity back in the 90s and early 2000s. Man, with Pun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pun opened so many doors. Like I'm not even gonna say Pun kicked down some doors.
Dog,
he came in and interrupted everything. Unfortunately, man, when it comes to the South, man, it's so many politics and racism involved. You know what I mean? You rarely see a lot of Spanish and black artists doing things together on a normal basis. You know what I mean? Compared to up north, but at the same time, especially Houston compared to New York, the hip hop world there's a lot more unity.
Yeah.
In Southern hip hop than there is up north. You know what I mean?
And like if people didn't know, hip hop was born on people a little. I'm 44, but people a little, say 10 years, 55s, 50s. You know what I'm saying? Taking their parents' jazz records, funk records, disco records, and taking them and scratching. Yeah, exactly. So that's where that vibe came from. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at to what we do here in Houston, it's a mixture of that style, country, Spanish music, like Tejano music, Mexican music, even mixed all together. You know what I'm saying? And that's what gives us our unique and distinct style and flavor. You know what I mean? Because it ain't just from one voice of a community. It's every voice. You know what I'm saying? South Park Mexican, what he did for the Hispanic community, and I don't agree with all that I'm not talking, we ain't talking about politics, just talking what he did before, you know what I'm saying? You got Juan Gotti out there, Tony Montana, you know what I mean, that boy T, you know what I mean, Mexican OT, E45, Young Easy, Peso, there's a bunch of dudes, you know what I mean? Then, with the Little Flip, the Swisher House, the Dope House, Little Kiki. We have a song from the Pharmacy with Little Kiki, bro. And it's a funny story. And I told it before when my partner Cartier was here. We told it how we got what we have a credit with Little Kiki and Scarface, bro. And how it came about was some bullshit, some shenanigans. Is how we got a track with Little Kiki and Scarface, bro. And Little Kiki liked the song so much. It's his first song on his album. It's the song. It's like, I hope a nigga don't change on me. Want to ride around the thing on me. I think it's called Homecoming, the album. But the first song is called Don't Change. And that song is produced from my studio with my partner Cartier and Stretch. And in the beginning, it has our tag still. It says K and S on the beat, Cartier and Stretch. And we don't even use that tag no more, bro. That shit was like, Oh, that was like the old school tag. You know what I'm saying? So what happened? We leased that beat to somebody, and then they stole it, and they tried to tell Kiki that he made it. And then when Kiki heard it, he was like, "Well, I want the track outs for it because I want to adjust some sounds for me." He was like, "Well," and then he tried to talk to my partner and be like, the homeboy tried to talk to my partner, like, "Oh, well." So then we ended up finding out, but it was like too far for little Kiki not to want it. So that's how. Yeah. But we can say, as the Pharmacy Studios, we have little Kiki and Scarface as legendary people on our beats, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's a really, really dope song, bro. And you know, to have people like Scarface, that like to Houston, you can't say Houston hip hop without saying the Ghetto Boys. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you really know, like Scarface and the Ghetto Boys, Willie D and Bushwick Bill, the Odd Squad, you know, the Odd Squad, you know, South Park Coalition. You have the Botany Boys, you know, Gangster Nip. You know what I mean? Like Bam. You know, they're just, you know, my brother's been doing music. And I remember when I would go with my brother to shows and shit, and people would give me free, you know, like the promo CD, promo tape, not even CD, tape and a poster. You know, I got a demo tape from Pitbull when he had hair. Damn. When he used to be a gangster rapper before he became Mr. Worldwide, you know what I'm saying? When he was like gangster rapping.
And a lot of people don't know about that, man. But a lot of people don't know that phase of his career.
That's like watching Miguel Cotto when he had hair. You know what I'm saying? Like the boxer. When you see Miguel Cotto with hair, you're like, who the hell is that? Yeah. But I got when they used to punch the barcode so you couldn't scan it. I had a tape of Pitbull and a poster. And I also got the tape and the poster of DMX on his first album, Where My Dog's At. You know what I'm saying? That same day, we was at an event with my brother Stress. And I got both of those in the same. I used to have that poster of DMX and Pitbull on my wall when I was a kid. So it's like Biggie used to say, I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper in the Limousine. Mm-hmm. My brother and I used to read the Source magazine, you know what I'm saying? And we used to cut out pictures and put it on our wall. Then, like, so my brother had a shrine of all the artists.
See, man, that was the time, man. I feel like the 80s and 90s, man, that was like the time to be alive. Like, that was the time to be a kid, the time to be a teenager. Man, the internet fucked everything up. Like, I'm sure, I truly feel that way. I mean, the internet fucked some shit up, man. Like, people are not people no more. Like, man, that you just brought back so many memories.
But again, though, bro, it's because it's the journey with that 1,000 steps starts with one, right? When we was kids, like, you know, for example, like when I still write my notes, I still write songs. When I'm at work, of course, I got some $high pens that people gifted me, you know what I mean? And my kids gifted me for Christmas. And I'm saying this, I have one right here, but I'm searching for it. I write every song I've ever wrote, I write with a pen and pencil. A pencil, not pen and pencil, but a pencil. When I'm at work, my journal at work, everything I write in there is with a pencil. It's because when I write with a pencil, I don't know what the fuck. I'm more focused when I write with a thick pencil because it takes me back to my childhood roots being in school. You know what I mean? And taking notes for school.
Right, with a
number two pencil. It puts me in that zone where I'm able to subconsciously tap into my subconscious mind and tap into more of a brainwave and frequency where I can obtain more data because I'm writing with it. And I know it may sound stupid, right? But it's
it don't though, because it sometimes it takes little things, and in this case, it's a number 2 pencil that could bring you back to that zone to when you was a child, or for whoever it is and whatever that little thing is. You know.
But you remember going to the library and having to do a book report, right? Mm-hmm. And you had to go to the library, pull out that drawer, and pull out the little number, find the book, go to the book. It was a task.
I ain't that old.
Oh, you ain't. Oh,
we just had to ask for the book.
Oh man, they didn't even have it. That boy Jay Ruckler said, "What is a book?" You mean?
We had the library, but we didn't have to do all that extra.
That boy said, "An iPad." See, when I was a kid, we actually had to go to a physical building.
No, so we did too, but
we had to pull out the tesoro, the little thing, the little roller deck.
Yeah,
and then had to find it, and then pull out that card, and then go search. And so if you was gonna put it on that work,
so literally what we had to do, and it's crazy because we literally 6 years apart from each other.
But Jay, let's look at that. we're gonna get back to that, but let's look at this. Those 6 years apart, right? So in 1980, I was born. My dad bought my brother and I an Atari in like 1983 because we moved from Magnolia, which is Second Ward area. Out, we moved on up to the east side of Pasadena. We moved on up to Pasadena out the hood, and my dad bought us an Atari, my brother and I. And from Atari in 1982 to Nintendo in like 85, bro.
Big difference.
Like it went from like we played football, baseball, basketball, bowling, and it was just little dots. To like now Mario, that nigga's running across the screen.
Yo, it's crazy.
To 92 Super Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't understand how we don't comprehend how fast technology has made us so more advanced, but then yet so on the opposite end of that. It's a curtail, right? Yeah. It's I'm standing on a tight wire. You know, I'm walking. I got it. Where's this hand? Oh shit! There you go. I was mirrored. Now that boy thought I was doing the robot. But you know, we're on I do want to show my hands here though, like this one. You know, so we're on a tight wire, dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you like one side and the other side. You know, the technology side is running at us at an astronomical pace. But the backside of it is cultural wise, as the humanity of it is not burning that fast,
it's
bro.
Slowly getting lost.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Crazy.
Because what is humanity? What is it to be a being? What is it to be a human? You know what I'm saying? And then now you add in AI to the thing. That rope is not even burned with a candle anymore. It's a flamethrower. You know what I'm saying? It's a laser that's burning that rope. And as a human, and then as our humanity, it's becoming less and less and less because, for example, dog, back in the day when we talked about having that old school phone, I have a really good memory, dog. I had 100 numbers in my head. I could call my uncle, my aunt, my mom, my dad, my dad's job, my dad's office, my grandma, the school, this. For $1 million right now, this is gonna sound so fucking stupid. I can't tell you my wife's number. For $1 million,
no, really?
If I had to call my wife right now for an emergency, for $1 million, I can't even call my own wife. And I used to know millions of numbers.
Yep. My only number I know by heart is my mama's.
I just know mine because I tell people all the time, and I put but my mom's number. I don't know my kids, my wife. It's because I just push Arte, call mom, push the number. You know, like I don't have a clue what the numbers are anymore. But that's again, is it helping or is it hurting us? You know what I'm saying? And then as understanding, say if the left is the AI side of it, the right is the humanity side of it. The humanity side of it is not keeping up and it's nowhere keeping pace. We're getting outlapped by 100 by the technology side, the AI side. So if you want to get down that lane, when are we going to just start downloading our brain?
Man, what?
Yeah,
we can go down that lane, man. What? You picked the right one for that. Yo, it's crazy. They already started it though. There's a company out of Ohio that put chips in their in the employees' like hand or palm or some shit. So literally, you walk in, that's how you scan.
You scan in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And some people say, you know, in the Bible it says once you start putting implants in yourself, you know, it's the mark of the beast. But okay, I'm not trying to get too, you know, I could get really preachy, dog. Because I am a fucking intellect that. Jay, I almost said it, dog. I didn't want to say it. I almost said it, dog.
How was I helping you? Yo, check it out. I need everyone to pull up. March 1st is going down. We have our second annual Reckless Talk Management Promotions Indie Artist Networking event. Man, we did our first one in San Marcos last month. Big shout out to Mundo Hemp Company. We had 20 artists show up from 8 different cities throughout Texas. I do the same hand thing too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. You know, it's because when people talk, like I said, it's part of control, right? It's a manipulation. Because when I tell you, hey, it's gonna be big, I gotta show you, exaggerate. You know, it's part of being a wrestler, dog. When I tell you, brother, let me tell you, brother, he's this big. Nah, go ahead.
So we had 20 artists show up from 8 different cities in Texas, man. So big shout out to Mundo Hemp Company. Big shout out to everybody that was involved and made that happen. So my thing is, I want to do this every month, every other month. So the second one I knew I wanted to do it in Houston with the amount of love we got. There's a lot of artists from Houston that wasn't able to make it to San Marcos. So what a week and a half, March 1st. Yeah. It's on a Saturday, Iron Horse Rock Bar Music Lounge in Webster, Texas. And we have the legend, the wizard, K. Reno coming out. He'll be a guest speaker and performer. Man, we got my big brother, my mentor, CEO of Able Music Empire, Dion Garcia, coming out as a guest speaker. Man, we got Rapper K coming out performing. We got Don Tino coming out on guest speakers. Man, it's gonna be super dope, man. The hip hop world is set up for artists to lose. Everyone around the artist is making money, but these artists. Fact. And that's why we do these events, man, because like you'll be surprised. Last event we had where artists didn't know what the fuck BMI was. Yeah, they didn't know how to register. They said artists don't realize every time you walk into a club or wherever you performing at, you need to get paid. Like as far as the BMI, the whole register, everything being registered. Even if that venue is not registered, you still go let them know. Look, this is where I perform tonight. Boom, I need to get paid on. Yeah, you're not gonna get rich, you're not making, you know what I mean? But it's ways for artists to make money. You know what I mean? Another thing, let's get on media etiquette. Yeah, a lot of artists don't realize, man, it's just really artists. And let's just jump up to cover it all. Artist etiquette. Let's start with shows. A lot of artists feel like the show starts when they get on and it ends when they get off. No, the show starts the minute you walk through that building, and it don't end until you get home.
Jay, I would even say before that, because as a good artist, you should already promote. If somebody has booked you to an event, right? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, for example, I booked you on the show. You don't want to overdo it because you can't overdo it. Yeah. You don't want to attack. So, like a few years ago, I realized this. Damn hands, dog. That was the power stance, dog. Now I'm gonna speak some knowledge. When these all locked together, let me put them down, dog. So when early on, I would tag all 99, 100, whatever people let me tag. Then it's spam after that. Yep. They lose attention. Mm-hmm. So I made it a point a few years ago and said, look, you know what I do and you know what I'm doing. Yep. I ain't gonna tag nobody else unless you're pertaining to what I'm doing. I ain't tagging shit. Yep. If you're a part of what I'm doing, like I tagged you, and I always tag my wife because it's my wife. I tagged you because you were coming tonight. That's the only person I tagged. Yeah. I ain't tagging the whole world. If I can't get support, then I can't get support.
Man, I'm glad you said that, man, because I noticed the same. Like I used to do the same thing. I used to tag 100 people every post, everything. But after a while, it becomes spam, and it actually works against you. Yes, because I noticed. Like I'm the same way. I only tag who's involved in what we got going, and the reach is even more. Yes, you know what I mean. Because when you tag in 99 people, that fucks the whole algorithm up. Facts. But on the performance aspect, I tell people, man, you never know who's watching. You never know who's in the crowd. When we was on tour with Afro Man last summer, big shout out to you for that.
That's a cool dude. I don't know him personally. I ain't met him yet, but I know Little Young knows him, and I know a lot of people know him. And Afro Man, everybody always says. I watched the interview. Hey, if you need to kill some time. I make long drives at work times. You know what I'm saying? Like I drive a lot with work, and I go, to my office, to the other sites and stuff. So I got a lot of time in the truck. So I've been watching a lot of podcasts and shit. I think it's on Vice. Go watch the Afro Man. Whenever when he made a song called "Are You Gonna Buy My Gate? Are You Gonna Fix My Door?" When the FBI that raided his house for no reason, though.
All right, so check it. Right, I'm gonna give y'all a little inside scoop, right? I fuck with Afro Man. That's my guy. I can literally call him right now. Yeah. So he got a single out called Lemon Pound Cake, and this goes back to the feds kicking in his door. So Fro lives in Ohio. Yeah. Man, this is a funny story, man. This is a story like the whole we told on tour the whole time. But so Fro live in Ohio. Everybody knows Fro's an advocate for marijuana. He's one of the reasons why it got passed in Ohio. So they always had it out for him. They kicked his door, didn't find nothing, not even a nugget. Didn't find a damn thing. Well, on his home surveillance cameras, yes, they got the feds eating the lemon pound cake his mama just made. Yeah, you know what I mean. So he made a single called Lemon Pound Cake. Man, y'all definitely go check it out. That shit is hilarious, like super funny. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I was gonna go check it out, bro, But then I got high.
And then Fro's a dope dude, man.
Nah, he's dope, bro.
Like I said, we was on tour with him. For y'all don't know, I'm also music manager. Big shout out to T Phenomenon. He was part of that tour. Man, Fro so down to earth, man. First night on tour, we in San Antonio, and I'm like, it's not a big crowd like I know the other cities are gonna be. So I'm like, This is my chance to get Fro's attention. So he gets off stage, comes to exit my way. I stop. I literally jumped in front of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stopped him, and like I told you, it looked. Now that I think about it, I was stupid. I could have got tackled or beat up by his security.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I seen the opportunity. I stopped him, let him know, look, my name is Jay Reckless, and I'm a music manager out of Houston, Texas. My artist, Phenomenal, was on the tour with you, blah, blah, blah. I said, we call him the Afro Man of today. That caught his attention.
Yeah.
So he was like, really? Man, send me, here's my number, send me his music. I send the music. We heading to Austin the next day for the next show. I called for I sent the music about 7 o'clock the next morning. I called him about noon. He answered. That's why I was really surprised.
That's dope, bro.
Man, I'm like, all right, bet.
He wasn't hiding.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, bro, you know, I'm just letting you know. I sent you T's music. Let me know what you think about it when you listen to it. His reply was, and at the time, T's hit single was called "Don't Be a Bitch About It."
Yeah.
So when I told him, let me know what you think about it, his reply was, "Don't be a bitch about it." So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just tell me, like, man, it's rare when you get artists of that caliber that's actually gonna give a fucking listen to your shit. You know what I mean?
You know, we all seen Hustle and Flow, right? We're like, give him the tape.
and that's real to a lot of people.
It's
Don't
facts,
realize that
it's
happens.
facts.
It happens, you know what I mean?
So I don't mean to cut you off though, Jay, but as an artist, dog, and even as a manager, you have to understand it's a no business until they say yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like how many, like, for example, myself, right? There's been times I had a whole DJ list set up, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this song put out. And I had all these DJs and radio people set up on my email, and I'm debating. I'm like sweating, dog. Like, do it, send it, don't send it, send it, don't send it. Am I gonna feel stupid? Are they even gonna care? Am I gonna do it? And I'm like, do it, don't do it. And I'm moving my hand like this on my mouth, like that little meme where I do sweating. Do it, don't do it. And I'm like, and I'm processing a million thoughts like Superman. I can hear everybody's words in my head. That shit's stupid. They're gonna think you're a joke. Don't do it. They don't even know who you are. Who the fuck do you think you are? Why are you doing this? Just don't do it. Don't send it. All the doubt. You know, it's easy to feel doubt.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to be lost in darkness until you're not.
Yep.
So, you know, I told myself, yes, that another good friend of mine, Ricky Northern, told me one time, if you want to do something, start doing it now. And then when you get to where you're going, they will never question why you got there.
Yeah.
And like at that time I was up and coming in my business, you know what I mean? And he told me that it made 1,000% to, if you want to be there, start doing it now. Start doing what you want to do now. Regardless of what you feel, regardless of what you think. If you want to be a mogul in the business, you want to be this, you want to be. So, you know what? I had an email set up, dog, and I'm questioning myself. Should I do it? Should I don't do it? And I'm like, you're going to seem cheesy. You're going to say, it's like, you know what? Fucking send it. This is who I'm presenting. This is what I'm representing.
Yeah.
You can choose not to listen to it. You can choose to listen to it. All it takes sometimes is one DJ or one person to hear it to get it bust. You know, and my wife sometimes will tell me, go play with you. You're playing. I'm like, I'm not, but that's the difference. You think I'm playing. You think I'm joking with these things. This is serious. I'm working. Because as millions as the Beatles have sold with all their albums the Beatles have ever sold, Michael Jackson's ever sold, there's still when I dip, you dip, we dip. There's still T-Bird and fucking That's Just My Baby Daddy. There's still Sir Rich Slap Baby Got Back. There's still, you know what I'm saying? Like the That's Just Them Pigeons when it was the response to TLC, you know what I'm saying? That made multi-million dollars, bro. Yep. You never know what people are gonna listen to when it hits at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be afraid, you can't be bashful. You almost have to be braggadocious with it and say, I'm Isaac. I don't say Isaac. I'm Ice for the Word Is Yours Entertainment. This is who we do. Here it is. Push send. All the people on that thing, they can say this fucking stupid dude. Look at this cheesy ass broke motherfucker. Don't know what the hell he's doing. Shit. Okay. As a manager, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I know at that time, and now I've grown a little bit from that though. I knew that was the best I can do. And that's all I could ever expect. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could ever tell any artist or anything I can do is to give the best that I can give. You know what I'm saying? And it may not be the best that I am now. That was the best I am. That was the best I am at that time. It's if people only knew our struggle though, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like if people only knew like and like I told you, I have a photographic memory. I don't sleep, dog. I go to bed at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and I wake up at 4:30 in the morning every day. Regardless, if I'm off on the weekend, I still get up at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. As soon as I wake up and I start thinking, it's hard to go to sleep, dog. Because my mind, like for example, for baseball, I coach with the Dominican national team here in Houston. Shout out to all the Dominican, our team, the national team. You can go check us out. It's the Dominican Houston Baseball Club. That's what we go under for all of our Dominican national team, for here in Houston with the kids. Mistakes I made on the baseball. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I replay the whole game in my mind, dog. When I get home and I lay down, I take a shower, and I try not to, dog, because I know me, dog. So I come home, I take a shower, I'm like, Isaac, stop it, it's done. Win, loss, champion, no, you can't go back. Stop it. And I take a shower and I go lay in bed. Once I lay in bed, god damn, dog, I'm replaying everything, and I'm like, Isaac, you should have did it. But I learned from it. And it's the same thing as artist management. It's the same thing as being a host, MC, whatever. Like you understand that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, if people are counting on me, I can't be bashful. I can't be afraid to knock that door down. I can't be afraid to knock on that door. I may not be able to knock the door down, but at least go knock on it. And they turn me away and they break my tape like a heart on their hustle and flow. Yeah. Where they're like, bitch, throw that shit in the toilet. At least I can present the tape to them and say, and then go back and tell my artist, I did my job to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? And the disappointment and the approval rating is not high, dog. How many people rap, Jay?
Man, it seems like everybody.
That's just not saying like rap good. I'm talking about how many people that you say you do management. They're like, oh, I got a brother, I got a homeboy, my cousin, brother of another mother. He raps, and you're like, and you listen to it like, come on. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, it just goes with the territory, though. You know what I'm saying? And when you do have the artist with you, and like you said, you stopped Afro Man in his tracks. Can you express though how you felt though, like internally though? What was your feelings on that?
Confident.
You know what I'm saying?
Confident. Because I know I got a job to do.
Yes.
And I have goals. And I knew if I didn't stop them that day, I wouldn't have had no other chance on that tour. Because I knew that was gonna be one of the smallest crowds we had that first night. So and not one time, but like, man, I had to think about it. What if he say no? What if he reject me? It's pure confidence. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a job to do, and I know what I did. It definitely helped my artist career.
Facts.
It definitely helped in my career as a manager. You know what I mean? That tour, doing that on that first night, it started a bond and a relationship was formed with Fro and his whole team. You know what I mean? To this day, I still talk to him. I got something going on, some business deals going on with Fro as we speak. You know what I mean? But it just started something. And my wife was on tour with us. She became the tour mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they see how we move. You know what I mean?
And I'm not meaning to stop you, bro, but that's a blessing in itself, dog. Because I'm gonna say it like this: some of these young boys have no clue how to be a man yet. They're still, as Damon Wayans said, in Major Payne, pop your titty out his mouth.
That's my movie. That is
But
my movie.
it's facts, dog. You got grown men that are gonna go on verses and talk how gangster they are, but still have no clue how to change their own diaper. Yep. And need somebody with some influence on them to help guide them in the right direction, dog. So that's really dope that your wife, can come with you and provide that guidance, not only with you, but to support you in that cause and that nature. You know what I'm saying? That's a big plus. And to any artist that's with you, you know what I mean? You don't get that, dog. That's home cooking that you ain't gonna get from everybody, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because some people may tell you, hey, if you ain't on this level, fuck you. You gotta go, bro. Yeah.
And then with me making that move, like I said, it built relationships with his team and himself. To where the last night on tour, we're in New Mexico. I get a phone call that morning. I think it was a Monday morning, about 7:00 in the morning, from Afro Man's personal assistant. Like, hey Jay, me and Fro was just sitting here, and we was doing some thinking, and he really likes how you and your wife work as a team, and he loves your artist music and everything. But he wants to give you personal invite for all of y'all to come to his birthday party in Hollywood next week.
That's really dope.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if I would have never did what I did day one, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So we go to Vegas. We do the show that night. Yeah. We go to Vegas for the next, because we got a week to do nothing. So we're like, all right, we're going to Vegas for a week. But with us doing that, well, actually, before even that, he invites us, right? And I'm like, yo, we there. Yeah. I'm there. Now, keep in mind, I had no clue how we was getting there. I'm literally down to our last $300. Yeah. It's literally the last stop on tour. Yeah. So I'm down to my last $300 to get us home. Like I tell people, that's a situation where you make shit happen. You can't be like, oh, let me call you back. Let me think about it.
You get opportunity. Opportunity only knocks. How many times? Though?
Exactly. So I get off the phone. I said, yo, T, you heard what happened? Get on the phone. Start calling people. We need to make it happen. We get a few thousand sent to us, whatever. We had to Vegas. Bad mistake. We went broke again. Yeah. But what was dope, Fro put up unofficial birthday concert together out there. So we go show some love since we out there already. We in the green room chilling with everybody, and the promoter comes up freaking out. Artists ain't showing up. This, that. So this all goes back to day one on tour. Me stopping Fro. The tour is done. Now here's another opportunity for T to perform. Yeah. Off a tour. They didn't have no host. Well, here's where I step in. Yeah. I was able to host one of Afro Man's shows. He loved it so much. He should give me a shout out, gets on stage, does his thing, gets on stage. He was like, come in, Reckless. So you gonna be on my birthday party in Hollywood next week, huh? I said, yes, sir. He said, you hosted it, right? Remember, we was at the famous Whiskey a Go-Go in Hollywood. Man, Mr. Mix, the Too Loud Crew, Bishop Magic Don Wong, Cypress Hill, like Mr. Jones. Big shout out to Mr. Jones, man. He'll be on my podcast on Monday. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's opportunities like that. That's why I don't believe in fear. You know what I mean? Because if you tell me no, that means the next time I come at you, I need to figure out how to more correct, and figure out how you're gonna say yes the next time.
It's like the movie The Gladiator, right? That's like what we are. We get tossed in the arena, and it's like, you want to be free? you gotta go get your freedom. Yeah. Are you not entertained? Yeah. Like that's the pressure that people really don't understand as somebody that's behind the scenes that we're under, right? You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to go in there and battle a man. Next thing you know, they put out a lion, a tiger. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, there's dude on a chariot. There's dudes shooting arrows. Whatever the arrows are cast, it's our job to reflect, to protect our artists, our investments, and our people underneath us. Yeah. And people don't understand that full struggle. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that courage to say, I'm willing to die on the sword right now. There's Afro Man. He's coming up. I'm going to go die on the sword. He can say, fuck you. Who the hell are you? Jay, who? Get the hell out of here. I want to go talk to you, but then I got to hop in and walk off. You know what I'm saying? But to have the courage to say, I'm going to stop and talk. And then look at the opportunities you got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely a blessing, man.
People don't fully understand that, dog. Like it takes a lot to take on that responsibility, to guide the ship, to lead the ship, to take on the responsibility and the ownership of owning that ship and the direction that ship is going is a big undertaking that a lot of people won't fully understand. Because when the goods get to the port, they don't say, hey, thank God for the captain. All they say is, hey, the goods is here. You know what I'm saying? When the yacht lands, they're like, oh, the artist jumped out. And we saw Joe Blow, he was killing the set. They didn't say thank God for the guy that was driving the boat to get him here.
Yeah, real shit.
And that's the famous portion that we get as behind the scenes with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I salute you, bro, on that. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're doing the best. And you know, you're gonna lose income as you go. You know, there's gonna people jump on a team, jump off the team. There's gonna people they're gonna say they're down for the team. They're gonna bounce. There's gonna people they're gonna tell you and feed you and swear they're Lord. They're gonna get tattoos of everything. And they're gonna bounce on you as the next eye blinks, dog. As the next offer comes.
Man, you said that look like an eyeball.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's funny you said that though, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to take that shit personal. I used to get my feelings hurt, man.
So Jake, so right there, dog. One thing my dad taught me since I've been a little boy, dog, and it's really hard for me to understand this because I'm so much a people person, and my dad tried to beat every ounce of that out of me, dog. When I tell you that, my nigga, I'm telling you on facts. And my dad didn't abuse me. I'm not saying quick story on that. So in 1980s, I started learning like you can call people when they beat you up and shit, right? So look, I tell my dad I was a bad motherfucker, dog. You know what I'm saying? And my dad told me, I said, Dad, you touch me, I'm gonna call the people on you. And my dad said, motherfucker, I will beat you till they get here, till they take you. And when the judge tells me if you're gonna hit him again, I'm gonna say I'm gonna beat you again. And they're gonna put you in a foster home, and that foster guy's gonna rape you. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Just with me. If I'm wrong, then I'm fucked up. I'm good with the whipping. I just don't want to be raped.
Now, man, Dion, me and Dion talk, man. Like I said, I've had so many artists, man. My thing is, I go so hard, man, because I believe in these artists.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And
you have to, though. Like I was saying, though, it's like you're the offensive coordinator, right? And you got the diva receiver. And it's like, you know he's going to cry if you don't get that ball. Mm-hmm. You know he's going to cry if you don't get that touchdown. You know, and you're doing everything. As an artist, it's easy to be self-centered and diabolical to the world because somebody has told you since you've been young, oh, you got that. And ain't nobody ever checked your motherfucking ass.
Man, look.
Like Andre Johnson, I'm a Houston Texan since I died, dog. Nigga, you ain't got a tattoo right there.
I got my Giants right here. My Giants there.
But like Andre Johnson is who Houston loves. Mm-hmm. Houston loves people like Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson catch a touchdown and hands the ball right back to the ref. Andre Johnson ain't doing nothing crazy. Andre Johnson has caught a pass one time with 3 people on him, catches a touchdown, and goes and hands the ref the ball. Ain't doing nothing to cause himself. Andre Johnson beat up Cortland Finnegan. You know what I'm saying? That's who Houston likes. Houston likes people just gonna go put in that work. They don't want T.O. They don't want Odell Beckham. They don't want the divas. We just want motherfuckers to get gangster with it. Like Scarface says in that, I don't run because gangsters don't run fast. You know what I mean? If you're a lion, you don't need to roar for the world to know you're a lion. If you are really a lion, people will know, man, that's a lion. Why don't you want me to go do what? That's a lion. What the hell is wrong with you? If you're a fake lion, then you need people to come jump on your back, pull your hair, then you got to roar to people. Oh my God, that's a lion. That's the life that we live, though. As behind the scenes with that, we are constantly trying to feed an ego and get their ego to a diabolical state because that's how you can perform. You know, it's confidence, right? The more confident you can make somebody. I played baseball, basketball, football my whole life. And in basketball, when my confidence is high, I can play with anybody, dog. You know what I'm saying? And when my confidence is low, your shot's off. It's like everything is based on that confidence. And as an artist manager and as behind the scenes, it's all we're trying to do is build you up to you have enough confidence to go out there and kill it. But then it's like, well, you done kill it. This one. Then I was like, well, who are you? You know who I am? I'm David Ruffin. And you're the Temptations. You know, it's like, you're only David Ruffin because I allowed you to be David Ruffin.
I've seen it, man. I've dealt with artists. That's what I was saying before. Like, man, I used to get in my feelings, man. And Dion Garcia told me one time, man, and I stick to this and I get it now. I actually understand it now. The people in this industry, the people you start your journey with will not be the same people you end your journey with. And I truly see that and understand that now, man. And I think the reason why I would get my feelings hurt so bad because, like I said, I go so hard for these artists and then for y'all to shit on me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna throw no names out there, but they know who they are.
No,
you know
but like, okay, so what do you do then, dog? I always say this, dog. I am better than nobody, but nobody's better than me. That's Vincent Kennedy McMahon from WWE, from wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And to my Lord and Savior comes back on this planet. That is the only man I'm ever gonna bow down to. Because ain't no mortal man, there's no human being that exists on this planet is different than me. Motherfuckers got 2 legs, 2 feet, same thing. I would never bow down to any man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're trying to get them on another platform at another level. And I'm always going to understand that though. By being as confident as I am, Jay, it's really hard for me to step back and say, I may get this guy to a certain point and he's going to leave. And it's not this way in music. It's in sports too, with baseball, basketball. You know, like I said, shout out to my prime time. Hey, let's go out there and win this weekend. I'm joking. But we got a big tournament, my team prime time. You know, you get boys and they're like, their parents and everybody's involved. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Isaac, we believe in you. We love the way you coach. You're the best. We did. And next thing you know, they're like, they don't come to practice. Next thing you know, they don't come to practice. Next thing you know, they're on another team. And you're like, what happened? Oh, well, you know, this guy used to play in Major League Baseball, and he said he was going to do this. So it's like, but I can keep going into it and hold my guard up. But the way I go into it is, no, I'm going to give the best I can give. And that's all I can give.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can do. And if you choose to be a part of it, know that you're with somebody that's giving everything. If you choose to go to another, I'm going to wish you all the well. You know, because even what I do professionally, there's times where guys that work for me have started as a helper, and I've helped guide them to be something more and take off really, you know. And they'll come to me and be like, man, boss, if it wasn't for, I say, it was what, there's no because of me. It's all because of you. All I did was help guide you and help you believe who you were and help you believe and see who you could be. That is the glory of God. That is not the glory of Isaac.
Yeah.
Even though Isaac was the name of Isaac, I can keep going with it. But I'm saying, though, is the glory of God. I cannot take God's glory. God gave me the words to say. God gave me the advice and the knowledge to speak in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who I break. When I break down myself to the simplest form and bear myself to the world outside of my shell, that's who I had to learn who was that guiding light in my world. I had to learn and had to learn through punishment that I am a sheep in a flock. I didn't want to be a sheep. I'm the big bad wolf.
No.
I'm the motherfucking wolf of the wolves. The wolf and the wolf too. I realized I was a wolf. That I was a sheep with the wolf clothes on his head. And for my maker, for my shepherd, to tell me and show me and to teach me who I really was. And through that guidance, through that epiphany, I'm able to see the world for what it really is. And that's what I try, the knowledge I try to bring to anybody. It's not only artists, my kids that play with me in baseball, my guys that, bro, I've had thousands upon thousands of guys that work for me all over the world, bro. And you know how I know I'm good at what I do? Everywhere. I've been all over the world, all over the United States, from Alaska to St. Croix to France, all over the world, bro. And everybody always tells me the same, bro, come back, man. We miss you. We want you to come back. Man, this is such a great time with you. And it's like when Jesus marched back into Jerusalem and the rabbis wanted to kill him because he was preaching the name of God. He was preaching love. And they chose Barabbas, a rapist, a murderer, free instead of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And by no means I'm saying I'm on parallel with Jesus, but it's principle teachings that I try to take into myself to understand the flock that I may preach to today may not always be there tomorrow. And that's something I say as a leader. The hardest part about being a leader is sometimes I look up and ain't nobody there, bro. And that's when you got to recalibrate. And it's like, so what do you do, Jay? Do you say inside, I'm not going to give, I can't give all myself because it hurts too much?
Nah, you gotta. I'm gonna give 100% all day, every day, regardless what the past brought. Because it made me stronger. Like one situation, like I ain't gonna lie, like he was my right man hand, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
Like I ain't gonna lie, I was probably sad for like a month. Yeah, my wife talking to me, Dion talking to me, and then one day I just woke up. That sadness went from sad to pissed off because I know how much work I put in. You know what I mean? I know the opportunities I bring and for these artists. And then that's why I was like, you know what? You did this, but I know where I stand. And I know I didn't do nothing wrong. And I know I gave my all. And that also goes to say, like you said, people get in people's ears.
Yeah.
Like with the team. Oh, we love you, we love you. But we got a player that we got a coach that played in the majors, so we going over there.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing.
Who are you? You're just the guy that played baseball.
Exactly.
This coach played in Major League Baseball.
Exactly.
This coach coached football in the NFL. This basketball player was in college. Who are you? You ain't nobody. Well, it's like I could give my all, or I could be defensive. I'd rather create in the light of color, knowing that I'm creating in positivity, than holding back because I'm afraid of negative. You know what I'm saying? Because with negativity, you can't create. Nothing creative comes out of negativity. Negative vibes can't create positive energy.
Negative vibes create negative lives.
It's science, dog. It's science. So look, man, speaking of negative vibes and energy and stuff. So like I said, man, I'm wearing my jersey today, my primetime hoodie. You know, shout out to my boys Primetime from Baytown, Texas, all of our groups. My boy Jack Alanis, man, he's the jefe from the Primetime, man. Appreciate you, Jack. You know, I run the 11-year-old groups, man. We got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coming on aboard, man. And shout out to all the baseball teams. Not only the baseball teams, football, basketball, wrestling, boxing. Shout out to all the dads that are out there trying to make a difference. And if you even shout out to all the coaches, even if you ain't a dad, but you're out there trying to make a difference, man. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you and I love you and I respect you for putting in the time to make it happen for the kids, man. So look, y'all check this one out, man, and we'll come back to it. So this one is from Sal Mex. It's called Primetime, the Pharmacy World featuring Sal Mex. Y'all check this out. Let me know something.
Yeah.
Cardio, what you doing over there?
They had to get Sal Mex up in this to light it up. Prime time, you ready? Let's go.
That's it right there.
You know it's prime time. It's our time to shine. You know it's prime time. Gotta go out and grind. You know it's prime time. Open up and let us see. You know it's prime time. We go get us, we bound to win.
I'm in that prime time mode. I'm in that prime time field. Just put us to the test and you know what's the deal. Ain't no cap in our game. We some home run hitters. And don't ever count us out. No sir, we not quitters. We on the field for a reason. My team got game faces. We here for a game. We ready with tied laces. Open up and let us in. We came here to get that win. Putting bet against us, homie, that causes a major scene. Primetime, we some heavy hitters, we came here to take that. Hitting major runs, tell the outfield going step back. Primetime, we some heavy hitters, we came here to take that. Hitting major runs, tell the outfield going step back.
Sliding into left. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
You know it's prime time.
It's our time to shine.
You know it's prime time.
Gotta go out and grind.
You know it's prime time.
Open up and let us see.
You know it's prime time.
We go get us, we bound to win.
See, I'm on that home plate, about to hit a home run. My team step on the field, best believe you done. Swing bats like big gorillas and our hearts made of gold. Prime time here to shine, now we ain't here to fold. See, we came here to win like piranhas in the water. You stepping up against us, homie, please don't even bother. We focus mentally trained to go out and go get it. Watch us conquer the field, bro, then you gon' get it. Prime time, bound to shine, for trophies we first in line. We Aztec warriors sitting on high mind. Prime time, bound to shine, for trophies we first in line. We Aztec warriors sitting on high minds.
Holy Toledo. What a way to finish.
You know it's prime time.
It's our time to shine.
You know it's prime time.
Gotta go out and grind.
You know it's prime time.
Open up and let us see.
You know it's prime time.
We go get us, we bound to win.
You know it's prime time.
It's our time to shine.
You know it's prime time.
Gotta go out and grind.
You know it's prime time.
Open up and let us see.
You know it's prime time.
We go get us, we bound to win.
All right, that was Sal Mex from the Pharmacy World featuring Sal Mex. Prime time. Hey, man, look, hey, you know what that's? Did he make that for us? What the hell? I didn't even know he made that for us, bro. Nah, I'm joking, man. That was a collaboration from the Pharmacy World. So the Pharmacy World is the Word is Yours Entertainment. With my studio, it's the pharmacy. So whenever, anything that I do a part of, it's always got the world involved into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the Pharmacy Studios with the Word is Yours Entertainment. We call ourselves the Pharmacy World when we do things together. You know what I mean? My classic hip hop group is called The Word You Trust. It's the Word is Yours Entertainment with my partner, MC Trust. Shout out to my boy Trust. He's at the Sandy Woods Studios on 45 and Gulf Bank, man. Shout out to Trust, my partner from The Word You Trust. So again, it's the Word is Yours with Trust. My boy Junior Sparks from St. Croix, we put out an album. His album's called Sad World. Sumo, my boy Rap Sumo, when we put out his album, you know what I mean? It was Sumo World. Everything I do is try to involve. That's why I call it the Mundo Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I try to do is involved with the world. And I told somebody before, Jay, of course, dog, it's homage to Scarface, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that movie changed everybody in the hood forever, dog. You know what I'm saying? But really what calling my company The Word is Yours, when I was a kid, dog, my dad used to tell me, son, I can't give you the world, but I can teach you how to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the word is yours means to me. That's why I always say, like, my motto, the word is yours. What you do with it is up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you're born and you're alive, like we've been talking, and you're out the box and you're above the ground and you're breathing air, it's what you want to go do with it. It's your opportunity. It's your choices that you make to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And some lessons that my dad taught me, and I always go back to my dad, but I didn't understand them whipping. I didn't understand their whippings at the time, dog. But like we were talking about, with business, you know what I mean? And if you put your feelings into business, bro, you're gonna get hurt, dog. Because business is business. Yep. Business is dirty. Business is like gangster. Business is business. The mafia, they would kill your best friend, line you up and be like, yep, sorry, bro, it's business. Yep. There were no feelings with it. You know what I mean? Because business, to run business and to be good business, feelings shouldn't be involved, right? Business is all mine. Humanity allows us to put compassion, and that allows us to put up a bullshit and everything else. You know, so my dad used to tell me, you know, son, if you put your feelings in the business, you're gonna get hurt. You know, business, you can't put your feelings. And I battled with my dad for a long time, you know what I mean? And with that aspect of it, it's hard too, because in management and artist management and in studio and entertainment, we live in a fake world. And I don't care if anybody says, nah, come on, dog. Let's be realistic with it. Let's be realistic with it. You know, so as my growth, you know, I've been doing entertainment now, I wouldn't say all my life, but I'm talking like professionally entertainment since 2016. You know, like I've said before, you know, my uncle Joe Molina in Los Rimones de Houston, he's been doing music since the 70s. And I come from
Joe Molina?
Yeah, it's my uncle's name.
Oh, I know Joe Molina.
Man, you don't know Joe.
Not personally, but just in the music industry.
Yeah, man. My family been doing, you know, my cousin is in one of the band called Los Cardenales here in Houston. It's one of the big, they play all over the world. Shout out to little Ricky. You know, all my mom's family, my Molina family, has been in music for a very long time. My brother, my little brother, shout out to my little baby brother Clue. We got some music that we're gonna drop, classic boom bap shit that we're fixing to drop too. But to know that the more I put myself out there, the more reach I try to give, the more opportunity I'm setting myself up to get hurt. You know what I mean, Jay? And I know you know what I mean, though. Yep. And it's like,
but the reward though,
that's
the reward. You know what I mean? But you gotta learn, like, it took me a while to learn. You gotta learn how to take the feelings out of it, like you said. I just noticed, man, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Wells, man. Wells is one of my biggest supporters. He's tuning in right now over from South Africa.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. South Africa in the building, man. You know it's funny, dog, because I joke again, dog, being an intellectual and somebody that studies shit, dog. People really believe Africa is like a country, dog. Africa is a continent. Even like Nas, and I love Nas to death. And he's like, I open every cell in Attica, send him to Africa. Motherfucker, Africa is a continent. The largest continent in the world. Like, that's like the way he says it in the song is like, yeah. I'll open every cell in Attica and send him to Africa. It's like me sending, man, I'm gonna open up every cell in whatever and send him to Baytown. You know what I mean? Like, Africa. And then I seen this video where he was in the movie Belly with DMX.
I was just about to say
that's one of my favorite movies ever. And he's like, he was telling T-Boss,
let's go to the motherland.
Let's just go to the motherland. Let's just go to Africa. Like, the way he says Africa is just like he's saying,
like, let's go to Queens.
Let's just go to Brooklyn. Yeah, like, Africa is, what part of Africa? Where are you? Africa is a continent with multiple different countries. And this is what people misconstrue even further. Hispanic people all have part West Saharan African. People think Africa is all black. Africa is not all black. You have Northern African, Algeria, Albania, Morocco, Algeria is a Muslim African. They look like you and I. And I'm telling you this for facts. I've been in France when I was working. Egyptians, when I was working in France, they thought I was African. And when I tell people, they're just like, they didn't think you was no African. Because you don't understand Africa.
Exactly.
They thought I was from Algeria, Albania, Morocco, you know, Egypt, because they don't have Hispanic people, my color, my size, my skin tone in France where I was at. You know, I flew to Paris and drove 8 hours south. So I was way in the boondocks, dog. And the guys and then I had two guys from West Texas that were with me that I brought to help me. And one of the guys looked like Jason Statham, just to give you some clarity. And the other guy looked like straight white guy, you know, like shorts, chanclas, t-shirt, you know, baseball cap, you know what I mean? And here I am. I didn't understand, like, the people would go to mosque, they would look at me like they were like what the is this guy doing? I'm tatted up, I got my earrings in, you know what I mean? I got my glasses, my jewelry. The French people walk by and they'll be like, what is this? I didn't understand. And then I had an interpreter, and one day I brought him I told him, hey man, let's go meet for dinner. And I'm a very curious person, and I like to know things, you know what I mean? So, you know, we were sitting down, we were talking about life and history and, you know, everything else. And he's like, I just said, well, what is it, man? Why are people looking at me? Is it my tattoos? Is it my earring? He's like, they think you're African. And even myself, I was like, what do you mean they think I'm African? Yeah. they think you're like Muslim African, and the French don't like the Muslims.
Oh,
bro, when he told me that though, bro, it was like the light bulb went off in my head, and it all made sense. Like when he told me that, it literally was like a cartoon where like I opened my eyes and it was like, and I looked down the street. All the Africans have their own stores, their own kebab shops, their own shit. The French have their own. And I'm like Ric Flair. I'm an American, dog. I don't give a fuck. I'm in the grocery store like Ric Flair, like, whoa, walking in, like people looking at me crazy. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm sitting at a cafe, give me this, give me that. You know, because I didn't understand that. And that's why the French people were looking at me fucked up. The Muslims were looking at me fucked up. You know what I mean? And then across my chateau, my hotel, there was a kebab shop, you know, which they sell like gyros and sandwiches, hamburgers, that kind of shit, you know. And I went in there, and man, bro, if I had 3 wishes, bro, there ain't no more mayonnaise. If you like mayonnaise, I'm sorry.
There ain't no more
my first wish, mayonnaise is gone from earth, dog. That's how much I hate mayonnaise.
Yeah, I
dog.
agree.
That's how much I hate mayonnaise, dog. If I had 3 wishes, mayonnaise is gone. My first wish on this planet, mayonnaise is gone.
And that's including Miracle Whip.
All that, anything. Mayonnaise, ranch dressing, yogurt. I eat yogurt, dog. But if I think about it, I gotta throw it away.
Yeah.
Anything. Mayonnaise, yogurt, ranch, all that's gone, dog. So I went across the street and I was ordering my shit. And the homeboy picked up the thing to put mayonnaise. Like, no, I don't want mayonnaise. And he looked at me like that, huh? And I was like, man, let me just finish. I was just joking. I said, no quiere mayonesa. So, okay, está bien. And I was like, what? I looked like that, like, what the fuck? And I told him, ¿tú puedes hablar español? He said, sí, claro, yo puedo hablar. I said, ¿cómo tú puedes hablar español? I've been drinking a little bit. My Spanish is getting a little fast. I'm going to tell him in English. So I told him, like, I told him in English, I don't want mayonnaise. And then I told him in Spanish, I don't want mayonnaise. And he's like, okay, cool. And then I told him, how do you, like, you understand me? And he's like, yeah, I speak Spanish. And I was like, how the hell do you speak Spanish? And he was like, no, you know, you got to understand, Morocco and Algeria, Albania, they're all close to Spain, you know, and we're Moors, like, which is Muslim African.
Yeah.
And that's how, like, you know, if you break Spain down, Spain at one time was a Roman colony. It was named after a Roman person that went to Spain, and that's how Hispania came about. You know what I'm saying? But the people of Spain got tired of paying tribute to Julius Caesar, but weren't getting representation and weren't getting defense against the Moor influx from Africa, the Muslim Africans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then they broke off and made their own country, Spain. You know what I mean? Because they were paying tribute from Rome to Julius Caesar, but weren't having support. So that's when they broke off and made their own. But that's why Spanish people are light skinned, olive skinned, but have black hair and dark eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I always joke with people. They're like, oh, well, life ain't started here in Africa. Always get you the tallest glass of chocolate, glass of milk you want to get. The biggest glass of milk, get you a liter of milk, a gallon of milk. Get you one drop of chocolate and drop it in there and see what happens to your milk. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, like, Spanish are different from Roman. Romans are Mediterranean, you know what I mean? Greek ancestral background. But Spanish have the dark hair, dark eyes, brown eyes, and then brought that to America. You know what I'm saying? That's how, if you look up my DNA or your DNA, it'll pick up sub-Saharan African. It's because of our African Moor roots, you know what I'm saying? And even further, they need to make a movie about this dude named Hannibal. You know, he was a Roman general in Rome, and they ousted his dad, actually. His dad was ousted from Rome. He was one of the greatest generals in Rome, and they banned him. They ousted him from Rome, and he seeked revenge with his son Hannibal. His son Hannibal came back with an army of Moors and elephants, all kind of shit that the Romans ain't never seen, you know what I'm saying? And was able to defeat. He is the only person ever to hold a major battle victory in Rome itself of the Roman Empire. And at that time, the Roman legionary, or like the United States of America, our army is compared to none. You know what I mean? And shout out to all our veterans. Hey, well, I'm doing. Hey, shout out to all our veterans. You know what I mean? To protect us and allow us to speak this bullshit that we speak. Shout out to all the veterans and service people. You know what I mean? But again, dog, like with the people's understanding of geography and things, man, it's so minute, and we get so caught up in just our own little world of who we are as Americans. We don't understand the whole world in full. It's just like Mexico, right? Like I was explaining why everybody thinks I'm Puerto Rican. You know, I learned to speak Spanish when I was in St. Croix. You know, so I speak Puerto Rican Spanish because that's just how I learned to speak. You know, and people are like, well, you speak that way because your wife's Dominican. My wife speaks Dominican Spanish. I speak Puerto Rican.
People don't realize, man, there's so many different types of Spanish, man, from Portugal to Mexican, Dominican.
So you know, like Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Cuban, and Venezuelan and Panama actually speak the same type of Spanish, right? Now, if I hear somebody that's Puerto Rican, Dominican, or Cuban, now Venezuela and Panama, you could kind of, I mean, like me, I could tell immediately because I speak Spanish, right? But Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Cuban is really, really close.
Yeah.
But that would be like New Jersey, New York, and Boston. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's not Boston, sorry, but like New Jersey and New York,
same lingo.
It's got that same vibe. But you're from New York, you could tell like, oh, you're from Brooklyn, you're from this. Just like we're from, okay. For example, I would just explain to somebody. I'm from Southeast Houston. Southeast Houston, the greater Houston area. That means all of Harris County. So Southeast Houston, South Houston, Pasadena, Jacinto City, Channelview, Baytown, LaPorte, Morris Point, Clear Lake, Pearland, anything that's covered in Harris County is basically Southeast Houston. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to Southwest. That's a whole nother people. A whole nother. Their accents are different. They're like, okay, so if you're not from Houston, you're gonna say we all talk the same. I have family from the north side. Shout out to my esposa and all my people from north side of Houston. There's a whole nother. It's like literally picking up and traveling countries to go see my people on the north side. And then my studio's on the north side. Shout out to all the people from the north side. You know what I'm saying? And I tell my partner Cartier all the time, like, because he's like about your age, and he's like thinks 38. I was like, Cardi, you don't understand how big a beef it was from south side to north side, like back in the day, going to like Coco Loco and Richmond, or going to like T-Town or Metropolis.
Couldn't play some songs in the club.
So I remember the DJs, they're like, bro, you're trying to get people, they'll play like, welcome to the south side, and everybody, the south side,
and the club on the north side.
And then he comes right back with the mic. What? I represent the north side. The north side. It's like, dog, you're trying to get people killed here. But in Houston, we're such a, like we've talked about, a melting pot. If you're not from Houston, you know, like we all sound the same. But being from Houston, you know, we're all broken up, and that's how the Spanish was too. You know, so like Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Cuban. If you like, when I hear it, I know I can tell, like, okay, this guy's from Cuba, this guy's from the Dominican Republic, this guy's from Puerto Rico. It's similar, but then the little nuances with it, you know what I mean? Like Dominican Republic is more, you know, like they, like, for example, like in the United States or in Mexico, when I speak to Spanish people here, I don't say papi, you know what I mean? Like Mexicans do not like that, dog. Like, because Mexicans are machismo. You know what I mean? They don't play with that shit. So like when I'm in St. Croix or I'm talking to Puerto Ricans, or Dominicans, or Cubans, I would say, oye, papi, ¿cómo estás? ¿Tú estás bien, papi? Oye, papito, ¿tú estás bien? And like Mexicans are like, hey, ¿qué tal, papi? You know, like they don't. It's just a different vibe. They don't play with that. You know what I mean? Shout out to my cousin Craig Ramos. Speaking of military people, my cousin, man, he's been in multiple tours in Afghanistan with the Marines and Iraq and all that, man. Appreciate you, man. So Jay, man, you know, we've been talking for like, oh man, 2 hours, bro. I can't even believe this, dog. This has been going by so damn fast, dog. And I know your wife's like, man, cut it off, man. We're ready to go home. We got a long drive, man. At least stop at Denny's or something. So Jay, man, let's finish it up, dog. I've had a blast, bro. And you know, like I said, we've known each other, you know, through the shows and social media. And you know, it's always been nothing but love. You know, when I come to one of your events or you come to mine, you know what I mean? It's been love. And you know, I felt like I got to know you a little bit more. And like I said already, dog, I already felt your vibe from the beginning, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I know I feel like one of my God-given abilities is just, you know, I'm doing this. That's so I gotta put it back down, dog. I just feel like
like, what do I do?
Dog. It's again, dog,
what is that movie?
It's a power stance, dog. You never watched Inspector Gadget? When
that was my shit.
When the claw, the guy with you, when he see he just had the hand, he would be like that. He had the cat. It's a dominance You know, so that's
like. You seen Talladega Nights?
Yeah, no.
He was like, well, I don't know what to do in my head. He's just why he's talking to everybody.
You know what I'm saying? So I already know you was good people, dog. You know what I mean? The references that I had from you and the people that know mutual friends, you know what I'm saying? That you have, the people that you cut for really hard, I cut for really hard. So whenever I'm in a situation where I know my mutual friend is really mutual friends with somebody really, I got, you know, I know I could be, you know, the connecting the dots is going to be really easy, dog. You know what I mean? So, you know, you talked about, you know, the Houston Energy, the women's football team, and, you know, things like that. Where can you find them at, though, the Houston Energy?
You can go to HoustonEnergyFootball.com. You want to buy tickets. The home games are at Clearbrook High School in Fresno, Texas.
Hey, I'm from the port now. Clearbrook, Clear Lake, anything with clear, that's that.
So, like I said, first game we are in Oklahoma against Oklahoma Lady Force. Yeah, man, that's it with them, really, man.
Yeah, bro. Then we, you know, you talked about the unity of underground Houston hip hop. You know what I mean? You know, we talk about, you know, the differences with New York and the similarities as well. You know, compared to California and Florida, and, you know, Atlanta. You know what I mean? The not meccas, but the stops in the United States with music, right? You know, you got New York, Los Angeles, Florida, Atlanta, and Houston, you know, Memphis, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like Nashville, you know what I mean? That's the stops of the music in America, you know what I mean? And of course you start breaking it down, you're gonna say like Mississippi, and then, you know, but I'm talking about like the spots where the meccas, you know what I mean? It was good hearing, you know, your journey from New York, you know, and how you took that and came to Houston, and, you know, could see from the outside perspective, you know, the outside looking in, you know what I mean? And understand a little bit better than most people. Because I think when people come from California to Houston, they're more in a culture shock because of, like I said, with how racially divided California is. It's because of the prison system, you know what I'm saying? Texas is more of, if you're with me, you're with me, no matter the color. If you're from Houston, you're from Houston. Like, we're the most ignorant motherfuckers alive, but don't, you know, you mess with the bean, you get the burrito. You know what I mean? Like, Houston, we're the wolves with each other, but don't fuck with Houston, because everybody from Houston's gonna come out and support. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got your second annual Artist Networking event, March 1st. Where's that one gonna be at again?
That's also at Ironheart's Rock Bar Music Lounge.
And where is that located at in Houston?
Right off of Eager Bay, down the block from Houston Space Center.
That's in Clear Lake again?
Yeah, right in Clear Lake.
Wow, also, that boy get hooked up in Clear Lake, dog.
I can make it easier for everybody. We're right next door to Scout Bar.
It's above?
Down on the right, literally right next door.
Okay.
Above Scout Bar is Bones.
Bones, yeah.
We're right next door. It used to be a piano bar.
I think that's what I mentioned the first time was at Bones.
I was actually gonna say, so the first time we actually met in person is coming up on a year now.
Damn.
We had our first annual hip hop fashion show.
Yeah. And my boy Cooley Bully, man, that's my brother right there, dog. He invited me out. You know, Cooley and his wife, you know, they be going out all over, man, and networking. And, you know,
they were my headliners that show. That's actually the last show I booked if I was so busy. But yeah, when I seen you there, because we didn't officially have
that was the first time.
And I was like, yo, we got some big dogs in the bit. I was excited to have you out there, man. I appreciate you.
And you know what? I joke, bro, and I was just telling somebody this the other day, like, when I go out to events, I try to go like flossed out, right?
And you show motherfucker one.
Look, dog. So when it's my own shows, like, I'm always gonna do everything to 1,000, right? I'm not only gonna put in my game, put in my work and my knowledge so I can go host the best. I'm gonna look the best. I'm gonna talk the best. You know what I mean? Like, everything I'm gonna push to the limit.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I mean? That's how I was raised.
People don't understand, man. At the end of the day, it's not cockiness. It's like, you're a brand.
Yes.
You yourself, outside of everything else you got going, when you on that stage, you got that mic in hand, you are a brand. This is your show. This is your shit. So yes, I need to look the flyest out of everyone. You know what I mean? That's how it is. This is your shit represented correctly.
So like in my day, you know, like my uncles, you know, like the cholo phases, you know, they call it peacocking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how to peacock like that, then that boy,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So like, you pull up somewhere, you gotta have the shiniest shoes, the starchy archy, the best line.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The color matching, the feather, all the way up to the feather in the hat. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta come with that bitch peacocking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's a flavor that I've taken from my uncles and my culture and my family. You know what I'm saying? To you know, so sometimes when I go out, I didn't dress up. You know what I mean? I just, because if it's my show, of course I'm gonna push myself. But I don't want to show up at your show all dressed up, and then I ain't trying to take shine from it. I respect you. You know, I'm a respectful person. But then sometimes, not saying you in general, but just saying like, I show up to people's show and they'll be like, "Bro, why ain't you dressed up, dog?"
That's what you known for. Though.
I know, but I was like,
I wouldn't expect nothing
because,
less.
that's what I'm getting. Because I'm like, nah, bro, this is your show, dog. I don't want to take shine from you. Like, no, bro, I wanted you dressed up.
If I don't see you looking fly,
yeah, dog. Yes, dog.
Something's going on. If my guy Ice ain't looking fly from head to toe, we have a problem.
So I told my wife, you know, I told her about 3 or 4 years ago now. I was like, look, man, when we go out, everybody's expecting, you know, like that's my wrestler gimmick, right? I can't come out behind the curtains and not be in my gear. So even when I go, you know, I do Tejano, Conjunto, salsa, merengue, bachata, wrestling, boxing, MMA, turtles fighting, snails racing, baseball, football, I do everything, right?
Man, talking about boxing, man, big shout outs to Go Boxing Promotion. I partnered with them last month. We got some things going on.
That's dope, man. Hey, if you need any extra boxers, you need any extra MMA fighters, let me know, man. Shout out to my boy Ray Trujillo with True Entertainment, man. Them boys he's been doing it for a very long time in the city of Houston, man. He's got his own MMA school and fighters and stuff like that. Maybe we can all clap together, because this is what this is about, dog.
Yeah, that'd be
all
dope.
clap together and making great events here in the city of Houston, man. Putting on a good show for everybody. And you know, I told you before, I was just telling you earlier before we started. You know, the other day I went out and I didn't have, damn, I was bright as hell.
That's why I put
I had my sunglasses on.
I'm like, damn, that's bright.
I have my glasses on, right? And people that when I'm telling you that know me. I went to a show at the American Legion.
You look different without glasses.
And walked walk right past me, dog. And then they stopped and they looked and they came back. Oh shit, bro! I didn't recognize you without your glasses.
You do look different without glasses. I always see you with glasses too.
I'm part Filipino, so look, my eyes ain't open. They're like this already, dog. So that's part of the reason why I wear my glasses now, John. It is. I grew up in the 80s, dog. So the Corey Hart, you know, I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. now it's just a gimmick, though. You know what I mean? Honestly, no bullshit, legitimate reason why I wear my glasses. I wore glasses all my life since I've been a little kid, and I couldn't wear contacts until about 15 years ago or so. So having worn glasses all my life, I'm just so used to having the frame on my face. I don't like air, like natural air touching my eyeball. I like, you know, it has to pass through my glass, if that makes sense. Just because I wear glasses all my life. And it's a reset. Like, you ever watch Mike Tyson when he boxes? Mike Tyson, when he's boxing, how he resets himself, he resets himself. He always does that, right? He does that, and then he resets himself. Manny Pacquiao, before he resets himself, he always does this, and he goes like that, and then he resets himself. I'm not comparing myself to them at all. Just stating how people reset themselves. How I always reset myself because I wear my glasses. I always do this. Like, it's not that I'm touching my nose. I'm pushing my glasses. Like, I put my fingers here in the corners, push my glasses up, and it's like a resetting mechanism. So I'm used to having glasses. So when I don't have my glasses on my face, it feels, because I've even done it when I don't have my glasses on my face. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my glasses on. But it's just like a reset mechanism that I have. You know what I'm saying? So when I have my glasses on my face, it just feels more natural than not having them. And then now I've been doing it so long. You know what I'm saying? I got to do it now. You know what I'm saying? But so, you know, you got that second anniversary with the Artist Networking event, May 1st. You said K Reno's going to be in the building?
March 1st.
March 1st, sorry, not May 1st. March 1st.
K Reno, Dion Garcia, Rapper K, Don Tino, and some more.
What's my homeboy's name with the safari hat, dog? That's how you.
Phenomenal.
T, man.
Yes,
where's T from, dog?
He's from Houston. Well, he's from a small country town outside of Houston. I forget the name of it. Liberty from Liberty.
Oh
Texas.
man, Liberty. That boy from Liberty. Liberty right up the road, bro. I know where Liberty's at, man. I the one with the safari hat. I want to see him, dog.
He's actually the
T
reason
phenomenon.
why I started managing.
Yeah.
Me and T met 2 summers ago, and I love telling this story, man. He sent his music to me at Big Booty Hunter, and when he sent it to me, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I think about it, I'm like, what the fuck? This dude's a genius.
Yeah.
And I first thing popped my Afro Man, right?
Yeah.
So we get him on my show, do an interview with him a week later. Now, mind you, he's never been like he's part of a music group back in the late 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as solo career, he never done like podcast interviews, radio, never had music played in clubs or nothing. After our interview, he sent me a video a week later. They playing Big Booty Hunt in the strip club.
Damn.
And then he told me, he said, Jay, a year from now, we're going to blow up. And every day for damn near a year, he asked me to manage him.
That's
and
dope,
I'm like, T, I'm not a manager, bro.
Yeah.
He said, but think about it. Everything you do for me and all these other artists, you do shit managers do.
Yeah.
And, you know, me and my wife sat down and talked about it one day, and it's like, that's really, if it wasn't for T, I wouldn't be a manager. We wouldn't be up.
That's dope, bro. That's really dope, man. Shout out to my cousin Marie and my son Alexander. Hey, bro, it's past your bedtime, bro. You need to go to sleep. So, you know, you got the Artist Network, and then you also have the 2nd annual Hip Hop Fashion Show, man.
Yeah.
March 29th.
March 29th, man. We did it at Bones last year. We actually got a new location. We're gonna be doing it at the Katy Kickoff.
Yeah.
Super dope place, super dope owners. It's a huge venue.
So let me throw this out there. You know, the Word is Yours Entertainment. We not only do entertainment, we got models too, man. You know, I got some young men. You know that come from their dad. You know what I'm saying?
My wife handles all the art,
Wife, I got some handsome young men. If you need some model, you know, my shout out to my son Yanni. He's 6'3", slim with a 24 pack. You know what I'm saying? He's Dominican Mexican. You know what I mean? He can pass, you know, light skin, you know, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Just putting them out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all need an extra model, you got my son Chico and Ali too. You know, they ain't afraid of the camera, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
They be dressing sharp too.
Bro, them little dudes be killing, bro. Them dudes be killing me, dog. Them, all my boys, like, you know, it's funny as a dad, dog. You got kids?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because in our kids' eyes, we ain't nothing but dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched that thing with Mike Tyson one time, and he's like, my kids don't even respect me. My kids are like, they're just like, Dad, shut the hell up. I'm Mike Tyson. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like my kids too. When I have an event, though, they're like, I tell them, hey, man, I got a show on y'all. They wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Dad, can we get dressed? Like, bro, we ain't got to get dressed till like 6 o'clock.
That's how it is with my youngest child. So my oldest son, he's 14.
Yeah.
My youngest is 10. But like out of all 3 of my kids, like she loves going.
Yeah,
to
bro.
Man. Like, when we got family-friendly events, she got her little camera. She taking pictures.
I try to bring mine, boy. I try to bring mine for every event I can bring them to. I bring it with me, and you know they're dressed just as sharp as me. And it's not me pushing on them. They love it. They little motherfucker. Especially my little baby son. This dude's like, I gotta have this. Can I get this? Can I get this? And that boy, he's something else, man. But all my boys, and you know, like, it makes me happy as a father. You know what I mean? To like share the spotlight, and for them to come up on stage with me, even though I always joke with them, like, say something. They don't want to say it yet.
Yeah.
But at least for them to come up with me, you know what I mean? And it makes me feel proud. You know what I mean? That they're my boys, and they come from a lineage of entertainers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in our blood. You know what I mean? And for them to have the gusto to get on there and to even just to stand there, dog. Like I said, it's hard to even just to get out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for them to want to go do it, you know what I mean? Like, not only do they play baseball, my son played basketball, you know, my older son's in college, my daughter's in college. Shout out to all my kids. I love y'all very much. I'm very proud of y'all. You know what I mean? You know, my you know, I got groups of kids, right? You know, I got my 2 older kids, my daughter Alexis and my son Giovanni, then my son Yanni's in the middle, then my 2 little boys. And it's like my 2 little boys, you know, everybody's like, oh, you give them so much attention. It's like not on purpose, though. It's life, though. Yeah. With my 2 older kids, I was a young kid lost in the world, bro, trying to make it, trying to find myself, trying to be a dad, trying to be a man, trying to be everything all at one time. My middle son, I already found my way. And with my little boys, man, I'm the Southern Reserve gentleman now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm forged in fire now. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand the place of life. I understand where I'm at. I understand what I'm doing and where I'm moving and who I want to be and where I want to be now. You know what I mean? With my little boys, you know, with my older two kids, my daughter has already graduated in college for a few years. My son's already graduated. My older son's already graduated. At 42 years old, I could have been done walking around naked with kids in my house, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And then I have a middle son now. He's going to graduate in a few years. Then with my little boys, be like 60, graduated. Started all over, bro. And it's like, you know, even the people I coach baseball with, you know, they're like, you know, thank God I still got my boyish good looks. You know, I always had the cara de niño. Hey, don't really get with the Jerry Rivera. Speaking of Puerto Rico, dog, you know, you made this.
You earlier. I want to touch this on real quick. Earlier you was talking about how, like, you know, you coaching and you got the other kids and it's a competition. Yeah, but I'm actually one stage ahead of you, man. With me used to coaching, like, so I understand everything you coming from when you said that, and you, man, wait till they reach that high school level. I'm getting chilled now thinking about it, because to be able to coach these kids from 5 years old to 11, 12 years old, and then once they get to junior high and high school and they all playing together, man, that's dope. But the real joy is like I had a player that I used to coach. He plays for LSU. Damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. So to see them kids go from 5 years old all the way, now they all playing in high school. So it's like all them parents reunite again from different teams, from the same teams. Like, that's dope, man. That's gonna be a dope feeling for you as a parent.
And it's really dope, you know, when I go see the little, you know, like the little boys at the park, you know, they'll see me on other teams. They'll be like, "Hey, coach, you remember me?" Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Come on, Bobby, come on." Hey, and like even when we're scrimmaging or practicing against other teams, I always am a coach. I would try to coach them, you know, because, you know, the coaches like Coach Schroeder's, Coach Richburg, you know, the people I grew up, you know, from LaPorte, you know what I mean? The coaches I had in football, you know, were a small impact in my life at that time, but that impact grew as I got older. You know what I'm saying? It lasts longer. Lifetime lessons they taught us. You know what I mean? Coach Weatherhall, you know what I mean? And things like that. You know, it's a great feeling. And that's what I posted on my Facebook the other day. You know, teach your boy when they're young, so we pave their path for the future, bro. And it's like it's legitimately like that. Because, you know, having a music studio and being involved in the music game, and I was telling Andrew last week the same thing, talking with some of these young boys that are so misguided, and it's just, they just want to be heard, bro. And they're willing to be heard at all costs, good or bad. And they've never had somebody to, like, every boy needs a man to teach them how to be a man. And shout out to all the single mothers, shout out to all the women trying to do that. And I don't mean no disrespect when I say this. A woman cannot raise a man. It's not possible. A man has to be there to teach a man how to be a man. The problem is, though, we are failing on all fronts. It's easy to make life in this world. That doesn't make you a father. It's easy to impregnate somebody and be the quote unquote father of the child. It takes energy, effort, time to be a father, to be a dad, and to teach these kids. And I'm telling you, bro, like, I've known these little boys that are murderers, drug dealers, good kids, bad kids, all in between that. And I'm telling you, the most common denominator of all of them, they just want to be heard. They just want to be taught. Like, that is like no bullshit, the realest I could ever be, bro. Yep. And I'm telling you, I've been in the music game in the studio. I'm 44, you know, but I'm in there with a little young boy. When I say young kids, 20-somethings, you know what I mean? And I hear they're rapping, and they're murdering, killing, and I'm like, and I always tell myself, when God saved me, my flock is who his audience that he puts in front of me. That may be bad kids. That may be good kids. That may be politicians. That may be doctors. That may be lawyers. That may be murderers, drug dealers, and everybody in between. I just can't fuck with nobody touches kids and hurt women. I can't deal with you on that aspect. Anything else, it's not my job to judge. I'm gonna judge you touch kids or women. I can't fuck with you with that. Yeah. You know, I'll have to kill you if I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of that, ain't my job. But I'm just saying, though, with these kids, dog, especially with these young men, some of them are just so misguided. They're willing to do anything to seek attention, and that attention may come in the wrong way. And they just never heard nobody hear them out. They've never heard nobody give them proper guidance. They've never heard nobody. They've never had nobody to stop them from wrong. We all know right and wrong. Like, no, that's just how we are wired, brother. That was from the Anunnaki, from aliens, from God, from the reptilians that we evolved from, the monkeys or whoever. We all have right and wrong in our mind. We all know right and wrong from jump.
Yeah.
We all seek the retribution of our Father. Like every boy, every man, every boy seeks the approval of his father or father figure. Whether that father figure is the homie from the streets, whether that father figure is the homie in jail, whether that father figure is the guy you work with. Andrew spoke about the guy in the car dealership, your own father, like myself, my own father, my own grandfather, my own uncles, and my cousins. You know, like every boy is seeking the approval of the father, our father figure, good or bad. And the problem, though, is we don't have a community raising one no more. It's not the communal effort to raise one. We've gotten so selfish and so coddled with our kids. But we you know, not me, but a lot of people feel, who are you, Jay, to tell my kids something? I was raised a complete other way. My dad was like, if Jay had to come tell me, Isaac, I saw your boys out there at the baseball game, they was cussing and yelling, bro, I would have got demolished.
It takes a village.
I would have got demolished because my dad's friend had to come tell him his kids weren't behaved properly. And that's embarrassing to him, that his friend or cousin or anybody saw his kids not being right. You know what I'm saying?
I remember we was always told as a kid when we leave the house, remember, you're a representation of your parents.
Yes, bro. But that ain't that way no more. Some kids don't even know their parents. Some kids live with their grandparents.
Shit, now I'm about to say, now grandparents are 35 years old.
That, you know, and not judging by no means, bro. That's life. Such is life. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I take the flagpole, I bear the bearings, like I have that tattoo on my arm with the word on my shoulders. The word is yours. And I will always lead from the front. I will never be bashful. I will never be so timid or shy or scared to push front the lead on that. I know I may get hurt. There ain't nobody that physically hurt me, motherfucker. Let's go. You know, I gotta tell you earlier, I'm a pit bull, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm over it. But I'm not just talking like feeling wise. I'm a man, dog. I'm a man, and I'm able to understand. I can process my feelings. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna put it out there. The other day, my boy Dion, who you know as well, was going through a rough spot, and we called and we broke it down, broken the tears, broken the prayers, broken the uplifting, because he needed that. Mm-hmm. And like I always say, I may not be able to get you out the rain, but I'll stand there with you and get wet, dog.
You know, out together.
That's sometimes all it takes is another man. Again, we talked when we first started. Iron sharpens that iron, dog. Jay, it's been a long time, man. We can keep going because I like talking to you, dogs. I see it's a mirror image. I see you. I see the vibe is in me. It's the same as you, dog. We can keep going. Wifey's like, stop this 2 hours ago. I want to go home. I gotta go to sleep. We got a long drive, and believe me, dog. When I tell you, I know. I know. And salute to not just your wife, my wife, but all the wives, and not only wives,
but sacrifice.
Significant others, man. Significant others, man. Shout out to Adrian, man. I appreciate you, bro. Seeking the light to escape the darkness, bro. That is 1,000%, man. That is 1,000%. And I'm here to tell you right now, since you said that, this just popped into my mind. The only light in our life is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's the only one that will pull you out of that darkness. He's the only one that has ever told you he will forgive you for every sin, for every bad, everything you've ever done, every mal feelings you ever had in this world. He is the only one that's ever told you to forgive, to ask for him to become part of your life, and he will take you to the light. He will guide you to the light. He is a forgiving God. We have a forgiving God. Our Father, his Father, is a forgiving God, is a loving God, is the only God that will ever tell you, I don't care if you were Barabbas, the murderer, or rapist, if you were the other two hoodlums that were on the cross with Jesus and poked fun at Jesus while he was being tortured, they end up praying to Jesus and said, how can I be on the same cross with this man when he is the Son of God and the sins that I've committed on my life? How can I be standing in the same presence as him? God is our God. He will take you from darkness to light. It starts with asking him to come into your life, I ain't trying to make this all preachy, you know what I'm saying? But it is got me going there, dog. And sometimes it needs to be said because sometimes people don't know. Sometimes people don't know how to get to that light. And I'm not perfect by no means, bro. And I know you're not perfect, but we try hard. And that's all that I can give. And when my final judgment day comes, if I'm right or wrong, good or bad, go up or down, wherever I need to go, I know inside of my heart, I'm willing to accept my fate. Whether that is a pearly gate or whether that's an eternal pit of fire, I've done everything I can do, which I feel is right. In the name of what I believe in my prayer and my belief, that's all I can do. I hope to God that every man has that enlightenment that I have on that aspect of where I'm at and where I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're very similar to that, dog. You know what I'm saying? So much love and respect to you, Jay Reckless, man. Like I said, Jay, he does artist entertainment, artist management. He does his own promotions as well. He's got his own podcast. Y'all can catch my boy Jay is up early because there ain't enough light in the daytime. Woo! Pimp C style. That boy be getting up early. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. That boy Jay Reckless already up on the podcast, man. I tried to send him a song one time. He's like, man, don't be sending me shit too early. I'm not even awake yet. So, man, Jay, so let them know where they can find you, man. Where can they find your podcast and all your stuff, man?
Man, you can find my podcast on YouTube, YouTube Music, Facebook, and HoustonCityBeat.com. On YouTube, it's the Reckless Talk Podcast, all one word, THA Reckless Talk Podcast. That's Reckless with an R. On Instagram, it's Reckless Talk 718. On Facebook, it's Jay Reckless.
So, man, Jay, so you do your radio show on the Facebook and stuff is at what time? I know it's early in the morning.
6 a.m. Monday through Friday. So we got the early morning mix and we got the rush hour mix. The early morning mix, we are live Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then the rush hour mix, we're live from Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then we do one interview a week. Bro, so we're just over 40 lives a month.
So say if somebody wanted to send you some music, can they do that?
Yeah, Reckless Talk. Send it to my email via. So if it's a music video, it's gonna be via MP4. If it's just a regular music, like a track, whatever, it's be via MP3 to my email, recklesstalk718@gmail.
So, man, there it is, going across the screen. Go check out my boy Jay Reckless, man. Y'all want to send out a track? You got something you want to send out new? You want to get some feedback? I know my boy Jay's gonna give you positive feedback.
Man, let me tell y'all something real quick. Send the music, and I'm gonna run it. I don't care where you at in the world, what genre it is, I'm gonna run it. If it is trash, I will let you know. Either by A, saying it's trash, or B, turning it off.
But like me, dog, corrective criticism. Bro.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be rude about it.
If it's trash, okay, we all can understand that. But if you care to understand why I feel that way, I will explain it because exactly. I'm a perfectionist. I need to know because then in my mind, I may have thought it's trash. I need to get something to bounce it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that's why I like my boy Jay, man. Like I said, he's got his morning radio show, his afternoon show. That's just his radio show, and he also does a podcast. So say if I'm MC Joe Blow and I wanted to be a part of your podcast, how can I get with you? The same link?
Yeah, shoot me an email, recklesstalk718@gmail, or if you're reaching out on Facebook, which a lot of people reach out on Facebook.
Yeah.
Shoot me a message. Shoot me a message or messenger. Whatever, man. And we can get it popping.
So if you're an artist, you need some guidance. You got a song you want to get out and get some feedback on. You need a host, help promoting. You need somebody just all around, just go get it. Get with Jay Reckless, man. All the way from New York, man. Staten Island representing all the way to Houston, Texas, man.
The for the children. Oh, one more thing before we forget, man. I need all artists to tap in. We gotta we're doing a 24-hour charity stream. I need over 800 tracks sent to me. It's gonna be 24 hours. We're doing it at Einhorst Rock Bar Music Lounge. It's gonna be in July. We're gonna wait for the Houston Energy season to be over in July. We already got the go-ahead from Einhorst. They're gonna let us use their venue for 24 hours. It's gonna be from on a Saturday, either from 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. or noon to noon. We haven't picked a charity yet, but all money's gonna go to charity. I need artists, comedians, anybody in the entertainment industry, anybody that got a good story to tell to come be a part of this 24-hour stream. I already got about 10 to 15 artists that's down to do it. Man, anybody want to be involved, come be a part of this. It's gonna be super dope. 24-hour charity stream.
So speaking of comedians, my boy Two Charms must have heard you, dog. That boy jumped in as soon as he said comedians. it popped out. Orlando.
Yeah.
So shout out to 2 Charms, man. Y'all go check him out. He's a local comedian from here in the city of Houston doing his thing. I know he also hosts events. So if you need a host, you need a comedian for your next event, go check out 2 Charms, man. He's all over the city doing his thing, man. Jay, on that, I got you, dog. The Word is Yours Entertainment, the Pharmacy Studios, it's the Pharmacy. The Word is Yours Entertainment, the Word You Trust. Everybody, dog. Full force. La Flaca Fritas. Not only we will provide you with some artists and some music, we'll also go out and do some catering with my wife's catering company. And if you need me to host some segments, I got you on that too, bro. So you let me know what you need from me, and we got you on that, man. So from everybody from here in the Word is Yours Entertainment and Reckless Entertainment Management, Jay Reckless, I'm Ice from the Word is Yours Entertainment. I appreciate everybody, man. It's been a fun, very entertaining show tonight, man. Y'all be tuned and check us out on next week, man. I'm going to announce next week's special guest. 2 Charms, bro. I need you, Orlando. Let me know, man. Come on the podcast. Let's tell some jokes, man. We'll do a little segment here. You know what I'm saying? Get you on the podcast as well, bro. Hey, man. And I know we talked about it earlier. We glanced over it, but I really, 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 really want to send all my love and prayers to my boy, Sin Benavidez, man. You know, he passed away unexpectedly the other day. I know all of Houston's heard from him, man. He's a guy from Shut 'Em Down Records from D-Town. My boy Tony Montana, Tex. You know, a lot of people know him for a very long time, man. Sin's been in the business since he's been a young kid, man. 15, 14 range, bro. All the way till now, man. He's been battling, and he finally succumbed to his battle, man. He fought it all the way to the end, man. And it was unexpected because when I saw the news, I was like, bro, he just posted on Facebook.
Yeah. Yo, really?
You know?
I seen Tex make a post, or like I don't know if it was live or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, Sin just made a post 15 hours ago.
Because I started having people send me messages. I started messaging people. I was like, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? So I want to dedicate this show, you know, in the memory of my boy Sin, man. Good dude, man. Good people. Y'all go do him a solid, man. Go check out his music. He's available on all social media and digital platforms, man. The Sin Benavidez, man. That boy Sin, man. Y'all go check him out, man. From D-Town, you know what I mean? That was the original dude from Shut 'Em Down Records, man. Y'all go check him out. Sin Benavidez, man. My prayers and love to everybody at the Hustle Town Network. I know he was really, really involved in depth with you guys. Nothing but love and respect and prayers, man. Houston's going to come together for him. And on behalf of if his family needs anything, just know the Word is Yours Entertainment. And I'm sure Jay Reckless, if y'all need anything, just consider us there. You know, we got y'all full force, full facts, man.
Big shout out SLM Award, man. Big shout out to Dontino, because they're covering the rest of the course that needs to be covered, man. So that's going to be super dope. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's March 2nd is going to be the benefit.
That's facts, man. I'll share it on my page and also get the message out there as well with the benefits and things like that. So, Jay, you got anything else, bro?
Man, look, people, keep doing what y'all doing. You're going to get a lot of no's before y'all get yeses. But, man, if you truly believe in your journey and what you're doing, never stop. And for all artists, man, if y'all looking for management, if y'all looking for booking on management, anything like that, or y'all just want to get put on a show, man, come fuck with Record Store Management Promotions. We're living our dream. Let us help you reach yours.
You heard it from the man himself, man. If he ain't Jay, he ain't Reckless. Y'all come check us out. The Word is yours. What you do with it is up to you. Appreciate everybody, man. Love and respect. See y'all next week from the Mundo Podcast. One love. Y'all have a good night. Oh, Jay, what's going on?
Oh, no, all right. No, hit end stream, and it's going to be.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, shit. Look, boy. It's been a little bit. Your boy, I'm not going to do it all again. Y'all have a good night, man. We'll see y'all. One
Weapon, I mean especially the world. Yeah, this world belong to everybody. And I got so much more to study. You think they hate me, but I know they love me. Won't see me at the club throwing money.